What's going on, everybody? It is your girl Midnight here again for a talk about the movie Straw. I know a lot of people saw that. I did watch it. I cracked down and ended up getting my Netflix subscription back just to watch it. I wish I had though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a typical Tyler Perry movie to me. Nothing special or nothing spectacular, if you want to ask me. I'm gonna stop my music. Nothing spectacular or special about that. The plot was this. Okay, she's the African American single mother, struggling, living in poverty, trying to make ends meet. Basically, I mean that is like the plot twist of a lot of Tyler Perry movies. That's the plot twist of a lot of his movies is that you have either a single black female who's a single mother struggling, somebody's homeless, or you're a single black mother trying to make ends meet, either homeless or you're getting abused. Okay. So that was like a typical Tyler Perry movie for me. Nothing, I think the hype is like people blew that movie out of proportion a little bit to me, as far as the hype of the movie. Cause to me, I didn't really understand the ending of the movie. Okay. And then it went off like that. So I hope that it's going to be like a plot twist or a sequel to that movie. It gotta be based off the way it went off. To me, like, so when it first came on, you'll be in the mind that when it first come on, it give you the mindset, okay, they getting up to do regular routine shit. Okay. So you seen how they had two bowls on the table, but you notice one of them was ate out of and one of them was not touched at all, right? Then you know that she was in giving her daughter bathing her. You seen the daughter. But could that shit have been a hallucination for her the whole time? Because at the end, she very much so was hallucinating. If that be the case, people will be unsure of whether the daughter is alive or not. And then she start asking things like that when she was in the bank talking to the other lady, Sherry Shepard. That's the one who was in the bank as the manager. She was asking her to like take over her daughter's rights while she go to jail and stuff like this. So it's like, listen, but then they show a hospital scene, you know what I'm saying, where she knew that her daughter passed. So was the lady, did she just go crazy or something? I mean, that would be my notation of it. Did she go crazy? Did she go nuts? You know what I'm saying? To where you knew that you lost your daughter because she said she went through a lot of health issues. So none of the case of events actually happened. Like when she was at work, she thought it was the school calling. Little do she know the school didn't call her. You know what I'm saying? Things of those natures. It's just like, did you go crazy? To where you just thought that your daughter was still living or what. So I like to get people's take on that movie. To me, it was very so confusing. How you doing, Miss Juicy Redbone? My Brenda, how you doing? Miss Pam, how you doing? Miss Augusta, how you doing? So what was y'all take on that? Miss Camille, because I know a lot of y'all seen that movie, but I believe it was overly hyped. It's a typical Tyler Perry movie. It's nothing different. How you doing, Miss Melissa? I'm gonna need you to run me. Wait a minute. I'm gonna need you to run me some of them good macro patties, okay? And they were definitely good too. Very good. How you doing, Miss Pam? Got a few Miss Pams in here. I think that straw. I think that the straw that broke the camel's back. At least that's how I perceived it. But what was the straw? You know what I'm saying? Because like she wasn't a criminal, you know what I'm saying? What was the straw? Because even before the attempted robbery took place at her job when she was going there to get her paycheck, dude had already told her that's the same dude that played JD Revenge. I said, look at JD Revenge up in here. Um, the man who was her boss, when he fired her, okay, he told her he was putting her check in the mail. Okay, she knew that she couldn't wait for her check to go in the mail because she knew she was up for eviction. Okay. And then in her mind, she was thinking she had to get to her daughter because she needed lunch money for school. But her daughter had already passed by then. This is what I'm saying. Her daughter had already passed when she, if that was to be true. And how did she receive a phone call when you also got to think about this? The detectives and FBI agents said that they were not activating her phone on. So this is what made me think that that lady was hallucinating to where she thought her phone was on. Okay. She may have thought her phone was on because it seemed like she went into hallucinating mode. She thought she was actually going to go out by the FBI. That didn't happen like that, though. She walked out. She was walked out. But when she got to hallucinating, she really thought that she was took out by FBI agents. You know what I'm saying? That movie was crazy. She was not took out that way. But that's where her mind took her though. So that's why I'm saying that she was doing a lot of hallucinating in that movie, which make a person think like, really, is her daughter actually alive or not? Because you won't be able to totally say that her daughter is dead. Because remember, they did try asking to activate her phones. And what did the police tell, or what did the FBI say to the police when they took over the investigation? He said he's not turning on no phones. So you got to remember, her receiving a phone call in the bank could have been something she was imagining to happen, which will be hallucinating. Okay, because what will be the last straw? I haven't I haven't seen it. I'm not a movie lady, okay? Well, you haven't seen it. She says, "I'm good. Got your song stuck in my head, LOL. Never seen that movie." Oh, okay. Y'all never seen it? I just watched it today. Hey, Midnight, stopping by to say good night, but watch the movie. But watch the movie. So, what's your take on the movie, though? You know, because to me, like I said, when it went off, I went off very lost. Like, okay, so what really happened to her daughter? Because again, you have to pay attention to things that took place and to little things that were said. Like, this is one way that it could have went to me. If she knew that her daughter passed in the hospital due to medical conditions, she knew that prior to all of the chain of events that took place after. So that means she knew that prior to everything that happened thereafter. And in her mind, she was still thinking that she had to take her daughter to school. You also got to remember that when she pulled up at the school at the end, nobody came out the car. So it was like she was rolling up to her daughter's school when there was no daughter. You know what I'm saying? She thought she was receiving phone calls from the school when the school did not call. So what do you call that? That's a hallucination. She knew that something had happened to her daughter, but she just didn't want to believe or, come to the realization that her daughter is totally gone because it's just them two. You know what I'm saying? It's just them. So then that made me think like, wow, that lady was hallucinating the whole time because when you see her pull up to the school and she started waving and nobody gets out the car, the lady even looked at her like she was nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like she was cray cray. So that's what made me. I knew she was hallucinating when she was in the bank still, though. I picked it up at that scene. They hadn't even showed her pulling up at her daughter's school and not having no child get out the car. I'm talking about when she was in the bank when they was finna get ready to go in, FBI. She was hallucinating right then when she put her head back and looked up at the ceiling and she was going into deep thought about how she was finna actually get took out. She didn't get took out by FBI agents. She walked out. She actually walked out. But see, in her head, she really thought that they bust through there and came, got her, and they actually SHOOT'd her. That's not how she got cuffed by walking out. So I knew then that she was hallucinating. So then the phone call made me think that that's possibly a hallucination, that didn't happen either, because they did say that they was not turning on her phones, which is what the authorities said when they were actually trying to get her line activated. They said no. FBI agent said no, they're not going to do it. So when she received the call from her mother, that could have also been something that she was just going in her head with. You know what I'm saying? Which then, if that be the truth, then her daughter may not be DEAD. So they will have to do another plot twist or something to that because it's very confusing to me. I went and got Netflix for that because I'm like, wow, this is a typical Tyler Perry movie. This is not nothing new outside of a Diary of a Mad Black Woman or any other movie he did. What is it? The one she played in, where she also was playing crazy as well, where she was married to her husband and he did her wrong when he ended up leaving her ass, because Taraji P. Henson played in that one too. What was the name of that one? I can't even think of it off the top, but they making a part two to that actually. Damn, what the fuck was the name of that movie? She actually played in that one too, where she put her husband through school because remember he was living off of a dream or some shit like that, hoping that he would become like somebody to become an engineer or something like that, something to that nature. He wanted to become an engineer and she had drank all of her inheritance and shit like that on the man. And then when he got to a place where he was actually stable and he got the job he wanted, he ended up leaving her and marrying somebody else. Acrimony. That's what it was. Yeah, acrimony. How you doing, Miss Alicia? I'm talking about this movie. What's your take on that movie, Straw? Like, what's your take on that? How you doing, Miss Nessa? What's y'all take on that movie if y'all saw it? To me, I was very lost and confused at the end. I felt like that lady was hallucinating the whole time. Like I felt like the chain of events that she was thinking took place never really took place besides her losing her job. Um and besides somebody trying to come in and, rob the joint that she worked in, the grocery store. Her trying to go to the bank, you know what I'm saying, the first time to get lunch money where she was ID'd over there and then going back after she picked up her check. And I was like this, listen, you didn't accidentally KILL the man and you see all that motherfucking money right there and you struggling, fuck that check. I would have took all that motherfucking money. I'm sorry. Fuck that bullshit ass check. I would have took all that money that they asked for. You seen all that motherfucking money on the table? I would have took all that motherfucking money. Okay, you finna go anyway. You finna go down. Shit, you placed right there. So he felt like she set them up though. The boss was an asshole completely. He was an asshole. That's JD Revenge. He was a motherfucking asshole for real. I don't know that man's name, but he did play JD Revenge. That movie had me effed up. Okay, had me totally twisted at the end. How you doing, Miss Tracy? I love the movie, but she definitely had me all over the place to prove her innocence. I mean, but you knew she was innocent. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even what I struggled with. We knew she was innocent. She was just really protecting herself. The man who came in to rob them came through the back door of the store. She didn't let them in. Okay. When that man ran out after he seen his partner get SHOOT, he ran out the back, which is the way they came. The manager act like he had a personal vendetta with her. He was just an asshole all around the board because he was giving her a hard time anyway. He was already mistreating that lady. You know what I'm saying? He was already mistreating her already, giving her a hard time. He could have gave her check, all of this. You know what I'm saying? So he seemed like he had a motherfucking personal vendetta with her. And that's why he felt like she was the one who set that up. She had no idea about who the motherfuckers were. You know what I'm saying? She had no idea about who they were. But one of them would have hurt her in the whole mess in the process if she didn't do what she did. But it would have been fuck that small ass $500 check. You seen all that motherfucking money that motherfucker pulled out the safe? All of that shit would have been in my bag. All of that shit would have been in my bag. I say all of it. How you doing, Miss Donna? Thank you for the avatars. The baby been dead and she snapped, but that's why I said she's hallucinated. She was definitely hallucinating because she was going on through life as if her baby still was alive. When you talking about dropping her off at school, she still rolled up at her daughter's school. That's what I'm saying. Her daughter had to have been gone prior because she was also in a hospital scene when she was carrying her blanket, right? She knew her daughter was sick. So she had already had knowledge that her daughter had passed. She just didn't want to come to the grips or the realization that she is now alone and she does not have her daughter. So she went into hallucinating really bad because she thought she was receiving phone calls from the school as it pertained to her daughter. She thought she was even going so far to dropping her daughter off at school. She thought she even dropped her daughter off at school when her daughter wasn't nowhere around. She had already had knowledge that her daughter had went on. So that just proves the point that this lady hallucinating. She was hallucinating the whole way. Acrimony was so good. I love that movie. Yeah, that was a good movie. But you know all his movies be the same. Nope, he reads her name tag and that's how he knew her name. I know that, but that's how I'm saying she had nothing to do with the robbery though. She had nothing to do with that robbery with them two men coming in there. She didn't know them. She had her name tag on, but she didn't have no affiliation to them two men that came in there. They came through the back of the store. She didn't know the men. That's the only way her boss figured that she knew the men because they knew her name. When she told that fool, I have my name tag on. That's what they was able to see. That's why they called her name. But he had a personal vendetta with her. He was already mean to her for whatever reason. That man was already very mean to her. He could have gave that woman her check and everything. That woman would have snapped on him if they didn't come through. Truth be told, if them two men did not come through trying to actually rob the store, I think she would have did something to old dude because he was giving her a hard time for no reason. Like he was giving her a hard time for no reason at all when she already had so much stuff going on. So it was actually them two men that actually saved him from her doing something to him because she would have did something to him too. You seen the look in her eyes when she was asking that man for her check and he talking about he not giving her no check. So this is why the boss, she conjured this up. I won't give her paycheck. She had somebody come in here and rob the store. When the whole time she was still in uniform going back up there because she had just learned that her stuff was outside. She got evicted or she's on the process to being evicted. It was a lot of all over the place for me. From the beginning of the movie, she was going crazy knowing her child was dead. She was going through it. And I wish she took that money when her friend tried to give her the money. But but you also, this is what I'm saying. How many people knew about her daughter's passing when that's her best friend? You got to remember this. See, you brought up another point. You brought up another point. Why wouldn't her friend know about the passing of her daughter? Why would she be at work? I mean, this what makes me like wonder, like, because her friend was trying to offer her money on the sake of helping her and her daughter out. But why didn't the friend know that her daughter had passed on? If that was to be the truth. If y'all get what I'm saying. Wait a minute. I definitely would have took all the money. Most definitely would have took all that money. I made them salmon croquettes and some rice for dinner. She said she made spaghetti and garlic bread. My daughter want me to make them some lasagna tomorrow. That's what I think I'm gonna do. What about when she went into the school and she was talking to the teacher about the principal and they told her that they call CPS? That was a hallucination though. That had to be. Because do you realize that at the end, the school said that they never called her? And then you have, that's the end is the indication of letting you know that that lady was hallucinating. The end. It's the end. It's the ending. It's the ending part. Her daughter had already passed on. Because if you think about it, when it came on, the beginning really told us this. You had to pay attention to it when it first came on. When it first came on, pay attention to the way that the dinner table was set up with two bowls. One of them had looked like they never been touched, and one of them was all the way completely ate out of. So this is what that lady was doing. She was still getting up doing routine shit, knowing that her daughter had passed. She didn't want to come to the realization that that's what's going on. So she had got up, prepared them some noodles. There was a bowl that never was touched. There was one that was touched. She made it seem like she was bathing her, getting her together for school. She made it seem like she was dropping her off at school. Whole time there was nobody there while all of this was taking place. Because the end told you that. Remember when she was in the bathroom at the tub and wasn't nobody there? Remember when she was at the tub, nobody was there. Remember at the end when she rolled up at the school, nobody got out the car, but she was waving like she's waving at her daughter. The teacher's looking at her like she's nuts because no one got out of that car, and they probably already know in their head that she passed away. So they knowing that she's going batshit crazy. You understand me? They knowing that she's going batshit crazy. So the daughter had to have already been gone. Right. I was wondering the same. The end is what did it for me. This is why I say, well, damn, was she hallucinating? If she knew her daughter was gone this whole time, she was hallucinating, bro. Because the end, it showed you everything. The end showed you what the beginning did not show you. Now, the beginning is what confused people. The beginning will confuse you because you see the little girl in the tub, right? It'll make a person think that, oh, she's still alive. Whole time the girl wasn't alive though, because if you paid attention to the end when she was in the bathroom, she was not in the tub. There was nobody there. If you paid attention to the end where she dropped, rolled up at her daughter's school and opened the door, her daughter didn't come out the car. Her daughter didn't come out the car at all. You know what I'm saying? So she still was hallucinating, bro, the whole time. She really was living her life as if her daughter was alive, knowing that her daughter was deceased. She couldn't grasp the fact that her daughter is gone. Maybe that's what happened. But she definitely was giving hallucinations the whole time. They need to come with another episode. They definitely do, because if you're not paying attention, how you doing, Miss Don? If you're not paying attention to that movie, you will definitely be very, very thrown off. Like, huh? What? Good night, Miss Pam. You have a good night. You will definitely be thrown off. I mean, it was okay. Like I said, I think it was overly hyped. Well, all Janaya, to think of all of Janaya's out here struggling with no support from family, communities, in the system, we all can relate, either dealing with struggles personally or know someone dealing with struggles. And that's what it was. She was a single mother. So we know that she was living in poverty, first of all. She was a single mother, up for losing everything, like her apartment. It seems that her job was on the line too, because her boss was fed up with her, probably having to take breaks off because the daughter was sick. You know what I'm saying? Because the daughter used to go through seizures and all that stuff that she thought her daughter was going to grow out of. But she may have missed a lot of days of work, having to, look after her daughter with no help. You know what I'm saying? She said she didn't have no family. So when she said she had a call from her mom, that was also confusing part of the movie, because she was telling the manager of the bank that she had no family. It was just her and her daughter. But then she received a call from her mother, so she was definitely doing a lot of hallucinating. She was hallucinating. Great movie. Yes, she was. I wanted to jump through the phone and give the bank teller a drag through the bank. She was getting on my nerves. Well, you got to think, the bank teller, she actually did her job the proper way. And to be honest, like what bank is going to actually cash somebody's check with blood all over it? And she said she didn't have an ID. So she wanted her to actually just do that because she felt like she's a regular in the bank. And she felt like since she's a regular in here, y'all should know that, you know, she's legit to actually have a check cash. But listen, realistically, you know, those kind of establishments, they got to follow certain rules. You know what I'm saying? Whether you a regular or not, you know what I'm saying? I go on my bank all day, but if I ain't got an ID to show that this is my account, if I ain't got an ID to pull up out of my account, they not going to do that shit for me either. So, and then the check had blood all over it. I mean, who really finna cash that check with blood all over it? She was crazy for going in there thinking that that shit was gonna happen like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, who finna cash that check like that for real though? Who finna really cash that kind of check though, man? When it's blood all over it, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then she didn't even have her ID. You know what I'm saying? She said she lost her ID. So technically, the banker wasn't able to do it, but she just felt like she was in a position where, you know what I'm saying, I don't have nowhere to live for me and my daughter. I'm trying to do what I need to do as a parent to make sure that me and my daughter has a place to go. So she needed her money. You know what I'm saying? So even if she wasn't gonna do that, she had a firearm that was not hers. So she was gonna do whatever she needed to do to get that check cash, whether it be scared them with a firearm or whatnot like she did. I mean, she wasn't really trying to harm nobody. Hell, she didn't even take the money on the table. I said, look at this stupid motherfucker. I said, fuck that motherfucking check, that work check. Them motherfuckers came in here trying to rob the place. And he pulled all that motherfucking money out of the safe and he already was treating you some kind of way. And you know you going through this, that, and the third. You better take that motherfucking money. Because I would have said, fuck that small ass check and I'm taking all the motherfucking money on the table. And did. That pistol and all of that would have been left right there. You know what I'm saying? It would have been left there. I feel the same way after losing my sick baby. I felt her pain, period. I just wasn't hallucinating. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? She just could not believe that her daughter was gone. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually go through shit that she actually was experienced, and they actually do some of the same shit that she did. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually go through some of the same shit. It don't even have to necessarily be your child. It could be your parent. It can be your spouse. I mean, if it's that kind of a loss, it could be a sibling. Some people actually do some of the same shit she did. Basically, she was actually just living her life as if it was still her and her daughter. When whole time it was just her. When whole time it was just her. It was just her, but she still got up and she was still going on about her day as if it was her and her daughter. She still got up, made breakfast for the both of them. You know, they in the hood, they living, trying to make ends meet. So they trying to eat whatever they can. So noodles was the thing. And right there. She getting up thinking she getting her off to school. Okay, bam. She getting up thinking she dropping her off to school. Bam, she gets to work. She's thinking that she's going to receive all these phone calls about her daughter's illness because she knows she stays sick with seizures, is what she said. She said seizures and asthma, you know, things like those things. She's worried that they're going to be calling her in regards to a medical concern. Okay, so she was going on about her day as if her daughter was with her. You seen when they left the house how she was looking back and having a conversation with somebody that was not there? You see how she was actually talking to somebody because the end showed you that. How she left out of her home and she really thought that she was talking to her daughter, but yet you don't see her. That's what you call a hallucination right there. That's a hallucination. When a person hallucinates, they actually see things that's not there. They actually see and talk to people that's not there. That's a form of hallucinating. That's why I say, yeah, oh yeah. She's definitely doing some hallucinating big time. And that's just her going out of her mind, because some people actually do go out of their mind. We're not going to act like that don't exist. Everybody ain't strong enough to grieve to where they'll be able to stay in the right frame of mind. Everybody is not that strong right there to where they'll be able to stay in a normal frame of mind, depending on what kind of grief you're talking about, because they are different. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like she was not in the healthy state of mind, because she went off into the side of actually thinking that her daughter was with her when she wasn't. How you doing, Miss Heather? So that movie, Miss Suddenly, how are you? So that movie, I mean, it was all right. It was definitely enough for a person to watch and be engaged with it. I like Tiana Taylor. I like her role. Definitely like Taraji. JD Revenge, even though he was an asshole for real. He's a great motherfucking actress. That's the same man that used to be married to Aretha Franklin. Yep, that's her ex-husband or something like that. He was married to her. Mm-hmm. That was the man. He played JD Revenge. Okay. He was Aretha Franklin's ex husband. Who else was in there? Oh, the guy who played on that one Tyler Perry movie when, remember, he was married to Sanaa Lathan. Remember where he was married to Sanaa Lathan? What was that one called when their mama had that Caucasian best friend? She was working for a big law firm and she was fucking on the CEO, the mama's best friend's son. She was sleeping with the mama's best friend's son. Y'all remember that? And she was doing her husband dirty. Damn, what is that? As much as I like Tyler Perry movies, I can't even think of none of this shit right now. But it was and I can't even remember the actress name. I know one of them played in Misery. That's the lady who played in Misery. The Caucasian lady played in Misery. And the African American lady played in Love and Basketball. She was Sanaa Lathan's mother there in that movie. She was also her mother in that same movie, Love and Basketball. But remember how she was very uppity, and you remember how she was very bougie, and she was married to her husband, and he was a construction worker. And Tyler Perry was married to Taraji P. Henson. Remember that? What's that movie where both of them was best friends and they went on that trip together? She ended up passing away. She ended up passing away. The friend, the Caucasian lady, she had some Alzheimer's going on with her. I can't even remember the name of that movie. I think I want to say A Family That Stays Together, Prays Together. I want to say that's it. A Family That Stays Together, Prays Together. I want to say that's it. I mean, it was typical to me. It was a typical Tyler Perry movie. I'm not gonna hype that shit up. I miss doing those things for my baby. I thank God I didn't go crazy. So you lost a child, Miss Venetia? My gosh. Oh my goodness, honey. Grief can break even the strongest soul. Yeah, it can. It can. It can. Well, it's a family that stays together, prays together. Ain't it, Miss Alicia? Ain't that it? A family that stays together, prays together. Yep, Kathy Bates. She played in Misery, honey. Yes, it is. A family that prays together. Yeah. Okay. That one. That lady played her mom in that too. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. I'm just like, it's I. You know what I'm saying? It was I. You know, it's I. It wasn't worth me actually going to get my motherfucking subscription badge back for that bull. But it's all right though. I've seen better Tyler Perry movies than that. You know what I'm saying? That's one. A Family That Prays Together. That's an awesome Tyler Perry movie. Acrimony. Awesome Tyler Perry movie. What else? Because I like damn near all Mary Diary of a Mad Black Woman. All of his plays got a movie to it. Oh, It's what's the one where Sheila was on there? What's that one called? With Janet Jackson, Sheila, the twins. I'm trying to think about what's that called when they was all spilling their secrets on the table and shit like that. What's the name of that one? I even like that one. That was a good one. That's the name of it with the white lady in it. Yeah, that was a good one. How can I ever learn? Dun, dun, dun. That's my song right there. When they was going down on freeway at the end, she had her car, her best friend car. They had a good relationship though. I love my son. I love my son a month ago. You lost a son too? How many of y'all lost children? 2 years ago. Oh yeah, that's still very fresh. And while we talking about losing people, it's the audacity of these. Let me tell y'all trolls something real quick. Cause y'all so sad, bro. Y'all truly some sad individuals for real. While we on the midst of that, because that's really what that movie depicts. If you really want to be honest, that movie is depicting how grief plays on different people, how grief determine how you react. Okay, that grief plays on everybody in a different way, in a different fucking manner. And with her and her only child, and losing her only child, that kind of made her go crazy a little bit, bat shit out of her mind, to where she was thinking that this shit did not happen. You feel what I'm saying? She was still thinking that her daughter existed. She was still thinking that it was her and her daughter. So that movie really was showing people how grief affects people in different manners, in different orders. That's really what that was. You know what I'm saying? That's really what that movie was trying to show a person. Truth be told. You know what I'm saying? That's really what that was trying to show people. I'm so sorry. I'm here if you need to talk. Well, I haven't lost a child, honey. I haven't lost my mom. My mom's death anniversary date is today. How you doing, Miss Ballhead? How you doing, honey? See, I don't know how I feel with y'all because that's different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying I wouldn't know how to feel on that note. You know what I'm saying? Because I still have all my kids. I never really lost a child. You know what I'm saying? However, I know certain deaths hit different. It ain't just like you hearing about somebody that losing their life. Sure, you're gonna feel some kind of way if you had some kind of relationship and you know these people. It's gonna make you feel like, well, damn, I hate that had to happen to him or her. Condolences to their family. I'm here for you if you need. But it's certain deaths that hit totally different. Like, I mean, when you talk about your immediate family of any kind, that's going to hit different. Okay. Well, this will include your parents. This will include your brothers. This will include your sisters. This will include your spouses. This will include your grandparents too. Them people are part of your immediate family. So you have your spouse, your children, your siblings, your parents, and grandparents. It affect people different. Right. Why did I get married? Thank you for that title. I like that one. I could do bad by myself was all right. Miss Tracy says right. That's really what that was to show people, that grief affects people in different manners. And how it did her with her only daughter, it actually made her go a little bit crazy, to where she started thinking that her daughter was still around when she wasn't. Okay. That's exactly what happened. I'm so sorry for your loss. Prayers and hugs. Yeah, years get easier, but I do have my own times where I need my own space. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does. Where you need your own space, you just don't really want to be bothered with nobody for real. You get like that. It's not like how it used to be. This 12 years. I'm talking about 12 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's been 12 years. I was 30 years of age when I lost my mother. I'm 42 years old. Okay. I was 30 then. You know what I'm saying? So looking back on the time when I was 30 years old up until now, on how I actually cope with that, a whole much more better. Cause like I said, then I was really fucked up with still dealing with anger management. So just imagine that shit. And I was pissed at the world. See, I don't have that kind of perception no more. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker had to reach out and get a little help too. Shit. I'm just saying, if you really gonna look at what straw taught y'all, it really taught you how people deal with grief differently. That's really what that showed y'all. That's really the whole thing of that movie. Exactly. She couldn't believe it because she was thinking that her daughter was still with her. That's what I picked up, Miss Tracy. And you know, I was picking that up at the very end while the shit was going on. I was in my head like, well, damn, okay. You know how we do movies. We can almost call some shit out if you're paying attention right. You can damn near call it out. Yeah, some of them parts I was like, well, damn, if they doing this, well, why she didn't do this? And you know, you figuring it out. You figuring it out. How you doing, Miss May? You figuring that shit out. You know what I'm saying? But that's really what that movie was about. I lost my baby boy in 2013, the worst day of my life. I lost my mom in 2013. So what month did you lose your baby boy, your son? My mother, I lost my mother June 9th of 2013. And you know what's really fucked up is I was in an accident real bad. You know what I'm saying? I was in a real bad accident in February of the same year. I had just brought a truck, right? That was my first truck. I had never really drove a truck before. That was my first one. I used to buy just cars, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to driving nothing big as a truck, but I had my mother with me when I went to go buy this truck, right? And when I tell you this truck cost me almost 4 bands, it was $3,800 plus the little tax on there. So you can say you rounding that shit off to 4 bands. I said, Mama, draw this car for me. Can you drive the truck for me? Because I'm kind of uncomfortable with driving the truck and I want your expertise. So I let my mama drive my truck and I drove her car. Now, whatever my mama told me about the truck, however her expertise was coming back, I was willing to take that, right? So I ended up purchasing the truck. Now, do y'all know I only had that motherfucking, I ain't even had that truck for 24 hours. And I had, you could say that was 2 accidents in one day. So check this out. I'm riding. I bought the truck. I go back to the crib. I go pick up my auntie because we were like the 3 amigos. It was me, my motherfucking auntie, and my cousin Boo. My cousin Boo lived right up in front of me. We was neighbors practically. I go get Boo. Bam. We go hit Auntie Darlene up. We driving around. I'm smelling something, right? Smelling like some shit burning. So I said, maybe that's just that fluid that they put on. Cause you know, if you waste coolant or any kind of oil and stuff on your engine, that shit gonna burn off. It's gotta burn off. So it's gonna give that smell that something might be burning, but it's really fluid that you waste putting inside your car, burning off, right? So I'm constantly smelling this shit. Now we get into a stop, and I'm coming off 40th and Valete, right over there by Washington Park. I'm coming to a stop right there off 40th and Valete, and my car brakes didn't stop right away. So I'm doing too much. You know how you have to put your foot on your brake too much for it to stop? To where I tapped somebody's vehicle. Now, mind you, at this time, I didn't have no license either. Okay. At this time, I did not have license either. So now I'm coming across this way off 40th and Valete, and I'm tapping my car, my truck. It's having a hard time with the brake stopping. So I ended up tapping that car, but I didn't do no damage to her car. That lady got out being very dramatic and all of this shit. I say call the police because although I didn't have a license, I didn't have no motherfucking tickets. My driver's record wasn't fucked up either. I just didn't have a motherfucking license, okay? So the police came. We didn't get no tickets. Firefighters came because she act like she had wind blast. That lady was dramatic. Okay, they saw it wasn't no damage on her car, wasn't no damage to my truck. So they let us both go, right? Now I said to my cousin and my auntie, I'm finna take this back to the dealership where I bought it from because it's something going on with the way that this car is stopping. So the brakes is bad. So mind you, after they let us go from that little bit of mishap, me tapping somebody's car, I'm on the way to take this shit back to where I just bought it from. Now, when we get to 35th and Scott, my truck started exhilarating really fast to where I'm now have to brace myself because I'm finna hit a county truck, a 4x4 pickup. I told everybody in my car, listen, I can't stop. We gonna have to brace, get ready to hit. That car fucked up. We hit it too. I hit a Milwaukee County 4x4 truck because my brakes didn't stop at all. And you had to know that my car was exhilarating really fast. So bam, we hit a motherfucking Milwaukee County truck, a 4x4. That truck was so fucked up that the man who was driving that motherfucking county truck got out and came around by where we were to see if we was okay. Everybody riding down the block of 35th Street, this South 35th Street, mind you, because I'm on 35th and Scott, where the shit happened at. We riding up and down, them people riding up and down the street, they see my truck fucked up. The truck was pushed in on me and TT. We sitting in the front. We walked away from that with no major motherfucking injuries. So although that was life or death, I feel like I was spared. My auntie was spared, even though I had to take my auntie to the hospital. My auntie had a panic attack. I was spared. I think I might got some back injuries from that. You know what I'm saying? This is why my back sometimes bother me the way it do. But it could have been from that accident. You know what I'm saying? My auntie ended up going because she panicked. My cousin was good. We all ended up walking away from that scene. So I ended up contacting the dealership saying, listen, I was on my way back to you because I had just got into a fender bender with somebody else just today prior where the brakes didn't stop. And I'm smelling something that is smelling like something burning. Okay, so he was like, can you get the truck up here to the lot? I'm like, no, this truck is totally totaled. I'm not going to be able to drive this truck. So the police said to me, if these people you bought your truck from don't come get your truck, we have to impound your truck at the city tow lot. So I'm calling them and telling them what the police telling me. They said that you have to have this truck towed or else the city police will tow my truck to the city tow lot. Now, mind you, I'm thinking that they came and got my truck. Okay. When I called, this man's name was Jeff. My dad named Jeff. I can never forget. It was called Quality Cars or some shit right over here by where I live at too. His name was Jeff. So I called to say, hey, do you have the truck? Because they want to see if it's repairable. I told this man, this car is not going to be repairable. All of the airbags deflated in this car. You ought to see this engine. The front engine is damn near pushed in on us. You're not going to be able to repair this car. You're going to either have to give me my money back, because I was really asking for my money back because it ain't even been 30 days. I'm talking about it ain't even been 24 hours. It ain't even been 24 fucking hours. I had that motherfucking truck. And I had a fender bender. And then on the way of trying to take that motherfucker back to which I bought it from, I got into a major accident where it totaled the car. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a license. So, of course, listen, when that shit happened, the city of Milwaukee told me that my license was suspended for 8 years. This was in 2013. In 2013, I could not get my motherfucking license until 8 years later. Okay. I didn't really get my license until 21. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get my license until that was my punishment. They felt like, okay, although it wasn't your fault, because guess what? When the motherfuckers actually got my truck that I had to get out the city tow lot, I had to incur an additional cost because them motherfucking people did not come pick up that truck. It was towed to the city tow lot. I had to go over there. I had just bought the car, so it went totally in my motherfucking name. The city was not going to release and have my truck towed to the motherfucking car dealership until I actually do that. So guess what I had to do again? I had to come out my pocket and pay additional cost to put that motherfucker right there in my name at the city tow lot. Just for them to ship that shit back to their dealership to look at the car to see if it's feasible or fixable. That motherfucker said, no, it's not fixable. I said, so are you giving me my money back? Now, however, the motherfucker was trying to give me the runaround. So my mom went with me throughout all this shit going on now. The motherfucker act like he wouldn't give me my money back. I said, I want my money back. I didn't really want another car. I was really pushing for giving me my motherfucking 4 bands back. That motherfucker act like he didn't want to work with me. So me and my mom took a couple trips up there. We took one more trip up there. My mom said to me, Nene, if this man is not talking about giving you your money back, I'm going to be taking you to the courthouse. Okay? And although I didn't have no motherfucking license, I still can sue you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was my life and 2 other people on the line. The brake line in that car was burning. It snapped. This is why I could not stop. This is why I was smelling shit that was smelling like it was burning. It was that brake line, and it completely snapped while I was in the midst of taking that car back to him. So, okay, he had actually slept on it, right? When my mother took me up there, the motherfucker had slept on it, and he really thought with his head because he thinking in his mind, I could still sue you, motherfucker. I could still sue you for my injuries that I'm going to be having. The 2 passengers that I had in my motherfucking car can sue you. So he said to me, I have a truck that's almost of the value that you spent on my lot that I was going to actually keep for myself as a working truck, but I'm willing to give this truck to you. I said, okay. So it was a nice Chevy Blazer. That's what I took. And I had for a long time before I ended up getting me another car. I had that one. So that was in February. You hear me? I had my accident in February, right before my birthday. Now, here we come months down the line in motherfucking June. I learned that I lost my mom. I'm like, what? I got to questioning God on a heavy note. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not going to even lie. I got to questioning God on a heavy note. Because I said, what the fuck kind of shit is this? I said, I was just in an accident that was really life or death that happened in February with myself, my auntie, and my cousin. And he spared me from that only to take my mother. I said, what kind of shit is this? So I was questioning the good Lord, lost my faith that year, be the first to say it. Yep, I didn't care about no good Lord. I questioned God about all of this stuff that I was enduring because I couldn't understand for the life of me that my life was spared from my wreck I had in February that was really life or death. You had to see the way my motherfucking truck looked. Okay? My truck was really fucked up. And then for me to only lose my mom like months later down the line, yeah, I couldn't understand. That was like a horrible motherfucking year. So within that year, okay, I could have been subjected to do any motherfucking thing. I could have been subjected to doing anything. I'm talking about anything that I wouldn't give a damn about going down for jail time. I could have did anything. You know what I'm saying? That's just where the fuck I was at with it. Because I didn't understand. I ended up working at this place right up on Mitchell over here. I was at a nursing home over there. At this point in time, this is where I was working in nursing homes and doing shit like this, right? Now, mind you, I had already been on vacation. When my mother passed, that was my last day of vacation. I was supposed to go back to work that Monday. I remember this shit like yesterday. That was Sunday. June 9th in 2013 was a motherfucking Sunday. Hell, I was on motherfucking vacation. So when I learned that my mother had passed on, I had to let the motherfuckers at the job know, listen, I'm not going to be coming in. I just got some news that my mother passed away. Do you know this motherfucking bitch was acting very inconsiderate of the time, talking about some, well, you're gonna have to like I was already on vacation. Since I was on vacation already, they need me to come in like I would actually be lying to a motherfucker about the passing of my mother. Do you know what the fuck I ended up doing though? Do you know what the fuck I ended up doing? I ended up saying to my auntie, she had to come with me. My auntie seen that in my face. I don't know if it had, I don't know if it was the eyes or not. But my auntie traveled with me. She said, Nene, I'm finna go with you. I took my black ass up there to the job, right? And the DON, I didn't give a fuck about this bitch. I didn't give a fuck about this bitch. So I said, okay, hung up the phone. I said, Auntie, I'm finna go up to this job. She said, Nene, I'm finna go with you. So she hopped in my car. We both on the way. I went up there, cussed that lady out so motherfucking bad. This lady up here, I said, I don't give a fuck about you threatening me with the West Dallas Police Department. Security better not touch me. You know, I was capable of beating that lady ass. My auntie was with me. Thank God she was with me because I would have went to jail that night, that day, and quit. Like, bitch, how dare you? I don't give a fuck that I was on vacation. What type of motherfucker do you think I am that I'm going to come up in here and call you and tell you that my mother had passed and you actually making it seem like a bitch lying? I said, it's sad that motherfuckers actually do shit like that to make it look bad for everybody else, because some motherfuckers actually do shit like that to where they actually lying on somebody else's head. But I said, bitch, how dare you act so inconsiderate when I'm sitting up here telling you I just lost my motherfucking mother and you making it seem to me that I have to come to work? I said I quit. And you can call the motherfucking West Dallas police if you want to, and your security better not touch me. One of the motherfucking security people that worked at that nurse home knew me growing up. So he had already learned the news about my mother. I said, you better tell this bitch. Tell this bitch. She thinks somebody sitting up here lying, like somebody got a lie. Cause she feel like I'm trying to get out of work because I don't want to come back from work because I've been on vacation already. This bitch feel like I'm trying to get out of work. Bitch, my mother just passed. Fuck you talking about? And no, I won't be bringing you shit up here. I quit. I quit on that motherfucking lady and was damn near ready to beat her ass too. You know, West Dallas police don't play that bullshit. They be there on the drop of a dime. How you doing, Miss Jennifer? I quit on that bitch. Like, you acting inconsiderate, like a motherfucker lying. What the fuck I gotta lie for? It's sad that some motherfuckers lie like that any motherfucking way. What the fuck I gotta lie for? Why would I be lying on my motherfucking mother's head like that, bitch? I just told you that I lost my mother, and I'm not coming to motherfucking in here. I'm not coming in here. I don't care how long I've been gone. I don't give a damn if I was gone for 7 days. If I told you that I just lost my mother, what makes you think that I'm coming in this motherfucker tomorrow? And by you having so much motherfucking inconsideration for me, I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna give you this good cuss out to the where that bitch was so scared of me. Like I said, I probably looked like the devil then. You know what I'm saying? That bitch was threatening to call the police on me. That bitch was threatening security with me. I said, I bet you none of these motherfuckers won't touch me. And like I said, the one that knew me that worked in security, he had already heard about the news of my mother because we grew up together. So news travel, you already know that. I said, you better tell this bitch that this ain't no motherfucking lie. This is my motherfucking mother. This is my motherfucking mother. Fuck would I be lying like that for? Any motherfucking body that lies like that ought to have a motherfucking ass whooped. Because I don't understand why a motherfucker would even tell that kind of a lie. But clearly, people do. Clearly, motherfuckers do that. Because that lady swear up and down that me calling her, telling her my mother had passed on, she thought I was lying for real. That lady thought I was really lying. To the point she was saying, oh, well, you're going to have to come in for work. I bet you I won't. I bet you I won't. and didn't. I quit that motherfucking job. I quit that job that day. So listen, when you talking about somebody losing their faith and things like that, I don't think I regained my faith until actually 2015. It was in 2015 where I feel like I really gained all of my faith back with the Lord. Because 2013 it was not there. I'm not going to even sit up here and lie. It was not there. 2013, my faith with God was lost and long gone somewhere. I was actually questioning God and all of this crap right here. Okay. Couldn't understand for the life of me what was going on within that year. Like, listen, I had an accident just in February. I was spared. And then my mother down the her life was taken. I couldn't understand that shit for the life of me. Do you understand? So when people actually go through periods of losing faith, I can relate to that because I was in the same motherfucking boat. Like I said, I didn't get mine fully restored until 2015. I want to say November of 15 at that. But how dare a bitch? Right, that part. Like, how dare you? Right, you can get another job. You can't get but one mother. It's the fact that the motherfucker thought I was lying about it. What's going on, Nene? She says, hey, sis, praying for peace today. Good evening, everyone on the live. I'm straight. I appreciate all y'all coming up under that post and things like that. Is this the real Miss Aaliyah? Because I had a motherfucker up under your name coming in my live. I want to say it was either yesterday or the day before. But somebody was definitely using your name. Somebody was definitely using your profile, and they were definitely writing in my comment section, removing comments. So is this the real Leah? What's going on, Miss Lolane? Oh yeah, that lady was so scared, bro. And like I said, she probably got a reason to be scared because I think my auntie seen it in my eyes too as to why she hopped in the car with me. You know what I'm saying? I was capable of pulling my hands around that lady neck, bro, and not letting go. Like that. I was capable of doing shit like that in 2013 without giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Without even giving a fuck. You know who I also think, though, years down the line? I worked at 2 nursing homes around that time. See, that nursing home that I worked for on Lincoln, I ended up quitting that one. But I also have to say the people that I took care of, you know what I'm saying? Some of them folks from all ethical backgrounds now, not just the ones that look like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all ethical backgrounds that I took care of. They really sat me down like I was one of their granddaughters. Because I used to tell them, you know what I'm saying? I had no problem talking to especially elderly people. I really didn't have no problem talking to them about shit that I was going through or whatever. Because, you know, a lot of elderly people, a lot of them was very open with me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them was very open with me when they would talk about their spouses that they lost along the way, or they would talk about their children or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it was them and my grandmother for me. It was them. They was actually like sitting me down like I was one of their own granddaughters, telling me, well, Sheila, I don't want you to get mad when I say this, but they was like, Sheila, I think that your mother being in another place, free from all pain and suffering or harm, is much better than you wanting her in your world right now, because that's kind of selfish. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of selfish thinking. That's how all them elderly people broke that shit down to me. Like, listen, would you want your mom to be free of all the suffering that she had to go through, or would you want your mom here still suffering just so that she's with you? You know what I'm saying? So they were making it seem to me like, listen, she's in a better place. It won't be right for you to think that you will want her here with you just because you want her here, because that's kind of like selfish thinking. So a lot of the elderly people and my grandma, you know what I'm saying, was in my ear from 13 to all the way up to 15, you know what I'm saying, letting me know, like, yeah, you just got to find different ways. Because, you know, when you got somebody that's active in your life like that, though, you know what I'm saying, my mom wasn't no in and out mother, you know what I'm saying. My mother was not an in and out motherfucker in my life, you know what I'm saying, and she definitely was a part of my children's life. Matter of fact, all of our kids' life. My mama got 4 children, okay. Like I said, I got 2 sisters, really 3, but one of them is from another mother. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the ones my mother birthed. It's 2 sisters and 1 brother. So, and we all got kids. You know what I'm saying? So she was active in all of our life. It's not like my mom was somebody in my life. My mom was definitely somebody that's a big major part of my life. You hear me? So, of course, a motherfucker gonna go through something. Of course. It was my residents that I took care of. I had to tell them that too. Like, it was them people for me and my grandma. And of course, I had to go seek some help, though. I'm not ashamed to say that I had to. You know what I'm saying? I had an issue. I had a problem. I had a problem. So, I sought some help. I had a whole problem. I was angry at the motherfucking world. Hell, I was angry at myself. I was so angry that I was capable of doing something. Yeah, I was. I'm not gonna be the motherfucking one to say, no, I didn't have to seek no help. Nah, yes, I did. I had to seek help in 13. I had that help in 14, 15. So it ain't nothing wrong with that. You better go seek and find if you need. This is why I'm saying that that kind of grief, it does affect people different. I've lost a lot of people along the way that I knew. I've lost some cousins, I've lost some uncles, but I ain't never had a death like it was 2 of them for me, because my auntie was another one. My auntie Darlene, she was like a mother figure to me. So she was like a second mother figure. I've lost a lot of people along the way, though. I've lost friends. And it makes you feel some kind of way when you lose people in general. But I'm just saying, some of these losses be so totally different. You know what I'm saying? They be totally different. I lost friends, cousins, uncles. I lost aunties. But like I said, with my auntie Darlene, totally different. And I lost her right after I got married. Okay. She made it. That was my maid of honor. Okay. Because she definitely was stepping in for my mother being absent. You know, my mother was deceased when I got married. I got married June 27th of 2020. So my anniversary coming up. Okay. My auntie was supposed to go in and have a procedure on her heart where she was going to have some stents put in her heart. And she was really supposed to have that motherfucker before June. You know what I'm saying? But my auntie pushed her procedure back to July, right? So that she can be there for me as my maid of honor. It's kind of like just stepping in a, you know, role of walking me down. My dad and my auntie walked me down. I had both of them walking me down. My pops and my auntie was walking me too. She was my maid of honor. You know what I'm saying? I had all my other sisters and children as bridesmaids to me. My auntie was my maid of honor, my auntie Darlene. So then I get married June 27th in 2020. My auntie ended up passing away in August. So I want to say maybe 30 plus days after I got married. And I believe that she really stuck around to watch me get married. But she knew Nene was all right. My auntie knew that I was all right. As a matter of fact, fun fact, while I was going through my bullshit in 2013 to 2015, It wasn't best for my husband, my now husband. It was not best for my now husband to be in my presence in those years. That's why I said timing is everything. It was timing. Timing is everything. Cause guaranteed, let me just go back for a minute. If I had D as nice as he is, I'm just saying I would have ran D off. I would have ran D off in the midst of 13, 14, and 15. Cause I was not in my right state of mind. I wouldn't have been able to do it. This is why I said the timing was really on point, and it was really God's timing. Because see, when I was going through my loss with my mother, my husband was going through his loss with his grandmother and his aunt. So we both was dealing with grieving in the midst of that break. We both. So when we linked up in 2018, I was already headstrong. Okay, I was already headstrong by this time, you know what I'm saying, with my anger, how to control it. I was headstrong there. Um, I wasn't going through no darkness, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I had already overcame a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? I had already been there, done that, overcame a lot of that. So the timing was right. You know what I'm saying? And my auntie loved my husband. Like I said, me and my husband, we knew each other from 2000 and motherfucking, I want to say 10. I met D in 2010 through my sis-in-law. During that time when I met D, I kind of kept my husband in the friend zone because, like I told you, I was into street niggas. I was into bad boys. If you want no bad boy, I just wasn't dating you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of was like my thing, you know, when I was much younger. I figure like, listen, if you ain't no tough nigga, you ain't no street nigga, I can't date you. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of what I was into when I was young. You know what I'm saying? So my husband being the same kind of dude he is, you know what I'm saying? He was never a street man. Always been a God fearing man. I kept him. You know what I'm saying? I kept him for a friend. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I had get-togethers or functions at my house, I invite my husband, my now husband. I would invite him over like, you know, D, I never call my husband by his name. I might call him by his name if I'm upset at him, but I never call my husband by his name. I've always called him D. You know what I'm saying? Because I was actually like, how do you pronounce your name? I actually struggled with pronouncing his name at first. So I said, I'm going to call you D for short. So I always called him D. Now, my auntie and I have been close forever. So she used to ask me, she used to say, Nene, have you ever heard from your friend? I would say, which one? Because listen, I was a player. Listen, I had none but male friends. Do you hear me? I had nothing but male friends. I say, which one, auntie? And she would say, the one that took us out to Mykonos, which is my now husband, D. Okay. I say, no, auntie, I really hadn't, but maybe I should hit him up on Facebook because you know what I'm saying? That's how me and D reconnected back. I ended up messaging him, asking him like, how you been? How you been? Do you remember who I am? Woo, 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 woo. And we started from the messenger. You know what I'm saying? I ended up giving him my number, my current number I had. He asked me if I was at the current place where he knew me to live at, and I told him no, I moved. And you know, I gave him all of that information, and we just picked up like we never left. You know what I'm saying? My auntie would never remember his name either. I said, who? Because, like I said, hey, I want to time myself to no motherfucking body. I got to know who the fuck I wanted to get to know when I got to get to know him. And when I'm done with your ass, I send you on about your motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? If I felt like I ain't want to talk to that ass no more, I know how to ghost you. And that's just what I was doing with the motherfuckers. Okay? I was doing that same shit with motherfuckers. They be like, damn, Nene, you playing a lot of games out here. I probably was. I probably was playing a whole lot of games with motherfuckers out there. If I felt like, man, I'm going to talk to you and your conversation wasn't what it was, I ain't give a motherfucker the chance. If you took me out on a date and I don't like what you're doing, I ghost you. You know what I'm saying? I get what I can get from you, and I'm ghosting you. I did shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I did shit like that in my time. So you could say that I was playing games with a motherfucker. You can actually say that. I know I was playing games with a lot of motherfuckers and I ghost them too. But I always some kind of way kept my husband in the loop. And then when we met up in 2018, I said to myself, damn, D still the same. I mean, D still worked the same job. I remember him to work. He's still the same type of man. We the same age now. I'm older than D by 8 months. D was born in October. I was born in February. We both were born in 83. I said, damn, this man still got the same demeanor as I remember. You know he got stability because he's still staying in the same place I last remember him to stay in and work the same job. I said, okay. He said, I want to take you out on a date. He took me on a date. We went to a play. Me, him, and his mom, a Christmas play. Because me and him met up around the holidays, around Christmas. And we just left from there. You know what I'm saying? It just went from there straight up, headstrong, to where we never departed from one another. My husband ended up asking me in 2019. He actually proposed to me within that year. We saved up for a whole year, paid for our wedding, and we got married in 2020. The whole point of that is that, listen, I don't give a damn what happened with us. I don't look at motherfuckers different for questioning God, because listen, I was one of them people who have ever done it. Yeah, sure. When I got my faith back, I had to go back before God and ask him for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think God punish us. He don't punish people for asking why God. It's a lot of y'all say, Lord, why me? When you say that, you questioning God. I just simply lost my faith in God. You know what I'm saying? When you have to say, Lord, why me? Or Lord, why this? And Lord, why that? That's still a form of questioning God. You still questioning God no matter what. I'm gonna be the first to say that shit. I lost faith in God in that year. I lost faith in God, but I ended up refining my faith and regaining faith in God in 2015 at the end of the year. At the end of the year. So when people be going through that shit, I don't really be looking at them judging them. You know what I'm saying? Because I was once in your shoes. I know how that is. I was once in your shoes doing the same thing. Displaying the same behavior. I don't think he actually, man, he don't actually frown upon shit like that. A lot of people question God in so many ways. You just didn't do it to the extent how I did it. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't do it to the extent of how I question God. But I ended up regaining faith back as to why now, if I see somebody who was struggling just as hard as I was struggling with it, I know what kind of advice to give them. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what kind of advice to give them because he was ultimately the one that got me through. I mean, he was ultimately the one that got me through the dark patch I was in. It was nothing but God. You know what I'm saying? I had to realize that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could tell me that prior. Nobody could tell me that prior. And then the good Lord worked through other people to get in my ear. It wasn't just me. The Lord worked through all of those senior citizens I took care of. The Lord worked through my grandmother giving me encouraging words and all of those senior citizens that I took care of. He worked through them people. That's why they were able to give me the kind of advice that they gave me. They was able to give me the kind of advice that they gave me because he was working through those people too. So I needed to hear it through other people. And okay, if I did need to hear it through other people, I did. I got the message. I still got the message, got the memo. And they couldn't have been no more right. They was definitely right. So that's why when I see other folks who, that's why I say y'all better cherish y'all parents for one right now. Y'all better cherish y'all parents for one right now. If you still got them, you better cherish them because some people walking around with a whole lot of guilt in them. I'm talking about, see, that's one thing I didn't have to deal with when I lost my mother. My mother was a part of my life. I was a part of my mother's life. I didn't give my mother that type of hateful type of relationship to where, my mother felt like, listen, I was not there for her or she didn't feel loved by me. I didn't walk around with that kind of guilt when I lost my mom. We was able to bury my mother. Okay. She was very responsible. We was able to send her away very nice. And I was able to know that my mother was loved by me. I know my mother loved me. I'm not one of them people that treat my mom so bad and treat my parents bad, and then it's too late because when you lose your parents, now you walking around with a whole lot of guilt on you. I'm not that kind of a motherfucker person. But you best to believe it's so many people walking around like that too. Then they can't fix the problem with their parents because they gone now. They gone now. You can't fix the problem you had with your parents because they gone now. And now you just walking around here miserable with a hella guilt on you. You know what I'm saying? You walking around here miserable with hella guilt on you because of the way you treated your parents while you had them. And now that they gone, it's a little bit too late. You got to take that up to God now. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with the problem that you had, a problem helping yourself with in your mom's relationship or your dad relationship and making that greater. You got to take that to God now because you can't take it to them. They gone. So y'all better just cherish y'all parents while y'all got them. Cherish them right now while you got them. I still got my pops. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? I still got my pops. Thank God. But y'all better start cherishing y'all parents like that. I'm talking about, because listen, those are some things that the good Lord is just not going to honor for real. You're going to have to go to God too with that. You're going to have to go to God. If your parents ended up falling down tonight and you don't have a relationship with them or whatever the issue is, you feel like y'all can't get past it, y'all better find a way of getting past it because listen, once your parents gone, they gone. And ain't gonna be nothing else you gonna drive yourself crazy trying to figure out like, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and it's too late. You gonna drive yourself nuts trying to say, oh, I woulda, shoulda, coulda, and it's too late. So you better get it together now if you got your parents. It's never too late. I used to envy people when I see them with their mom and then they used to be disrespectful. I used to be like, man, how could you? You know what I'm saying? How could you? I used to really envy seeing that when I walk across that and see a motherfucker with a mother and then you so disrespectful and I ain't got mine and I ain't got mine. Shit. Yeah. I used to envy shit like that. Like this one chick I used to work with, her mom came up to the job a few times. Man, if she wasn't so that was a turn off. I had to stop fucking with that girl. Like I stopped talking to her. Like, listen, you out of order for how you be talking to your mama. You out of pocket. And then you gonna do that up in a public establishment in a public place. Like who does shit like that? Come on now. You actually treating your mom like that in a place like this where you see nothing but motherfuckers looking at you like that girl, I was done talking to her after that. I really didn't care for her after that. Cause like I said, I used to hate seeing that when people do that. When people do that, I don't even like that right now. To be honest, I still don't like that. When you got your mama, like, come on, stop it. Life too short for that bull. Let me see what y'all saying. We got Trenton Douglas. How you doing, brother? I ain't never seen you over here, but how you doing? Oh, that is so awesome. I love Nene very much. Oh, my name Nene too, though. You know what I'm saying? My name Nene. I love your union story. May you both have many more beautiful years together in wedded bliss. Thank you. Thanks for sharing with us. Thank you. No problem, Miss Lolane. Jesus Christ did that before he went on the cross. He asked God why. Okay, exactly. Thanks for being transparent. Well, I think I told this story before. Like I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Exactly. Look. Sis said, "Who a mad HOE in here tonight, girl? Did you see the post though? It's a whole lot of the motherfuckers mad. Did you see how many people laughed at the comment section and laughed at the post though? That's why I said it's y'all day's gonna come. I'm telling you, your day gonna come where you gonna lose somebody where I'm talking about. And with these people though, sis, they not gonna bring it to the internet. The internet will never know. The internet will never know when these people actually breaking down because they put their mouth on so many people. The internet will never know. Right. Nene said her name Nene too. Yep, that's my nickname, y'all. Nene. Thank y'all for them avatars. They gonna come. I looked up under that post, bro, and I said, well, I be damned. Look how many people find that shit to be funny. Then when you go in the comment section itself, you got about over 30 plus people laughing at motherfucking people sending condolences or sending prayers. What kind of shit is that? Y'all sick and twisted. But y'all day will come where you're gonna be one of those to cry now and laugh later. And then somebody's gonna be looking at y'all, giving y'all that same type of energy back. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, because y'all don't have no chill. I had the privilege of caring for my mom for the last 2.5 years of her life. Yep, my mom was actually working, y'all. Still, you're right, Midnight at Joanne's Gifted Hands. Cherish your parents. Yeah, you got to cherish your parents. Never too late. Not at all. How you doing, Miss Jackie? It's not ever too late. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and do not lean your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and straight he will make straight your paths. I had a resident that used to always recite that to me. Don't you know, my one of my residents used to always recite that same scripture right there to me. That one. How you doing, Miss Bree? God has blessed me with a wonderful mother who never gave up on me. Exactly. My mama never gave up on me. And I was definitely a major part of my mother's life. My mother was definitely a major part of mine. It's so sick. I know it's not Grandma Gremlin from the Crypt Keeper. Girl, it's her and her crew. You know it is. She's known for doing stuff like that, so it's for real. God bless you, Midnight at Joanne's Gifted Hands. Love hearing your story. I always learn when you speak. Oh, thank you. Thank you, honey. That's that crib keeping ass bitch. She better be lucky that I don't feel like getting on the road, bitch. You better be lucky I'm not in my days of 3 years ago, ho. 12 years ago, to be exact. You better be lucky I'm not in the. But see, a bitch like her, I know y'all just heard me speaking some wonderful shit, but it's people like her for me. It's people like her for me. Do you hear me? It's people like her for me. They'll make you actually snap the fuck out, sis. And you know that I was black the fuck out on that bitch. I will snap, crackle, and pop on that hoe. She the kind of motherfucker that you will actually have to go back into your old ways on. Like, man, it's that kind of broad. It's that kind of broad for me. It's her. It's what she be doing. She find that shit to be so funny, bro. Like, ain't nothing funny about it. Ain't shit funny about it, cause bitch, you went through the same motherfucking thing and shit. You got some. Let me play that for y'all, since y'all want to hear the anthem. Hey, y'all want to hear it? Cause I got it in my stage still. Say backpack, backpack. I need everybody to say backpack, 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 and I'm gonna play it. Girl, ain't you close and almost meeting the upper room your motherfucking self? Ain't you about damn near close to the motherfucking upper room? Ain't you got motherfuckers around you that's very close to the upper room? And you got your nerve to be up over here going from one place to the next? Going from one place to the fucking next? Putting your laughing emojis, you and your motherfucking crew of people, putting y'all laughing emojis on something like that? You sick. It's people like her for me. I swear to God. It's people like her for me. I swear for Lord, it's people like her for me. Y'all put them backpacks into my comment section. Throw them backpacks up. Let me see them emojis of them backpacks so I can play this shit a few times. Cause you know it's short. But we finna remind the motherfucker. It's crackhead motherfuckers like her. It's crackhead motherfuckers like her for me. That'll take you back to your old ways. I swear. It ain't safe for you, bitch, to go to my old. It ain't safe. Not for you or me. I'm just telling you, it ain't safe for you nor me to be anything like I was 12 years ago. It's not safe for you or me. Stop playing. Stop playing. I'm talking about, I already know what it takes for me. It just takes for me to actually lay my eyes on you, and that's it. I don't even have to say too much. I just need to lay my eyes on you. And I just need to lay my eyes on you. And I'm not talking about laying my hands on you with praying. I'm not talking about praying for a motherfucker. I'm not talking about when I put my hands down on you. I'm not talking about to pray for you. I'm not talking about that. It just takes for me to actually connect with you with eyesight, and then for me to see you. I won't even be able to describe to the people the first thing that I may do if I ever laid eyes on that lady. And I'm gonna definitely lay eyes on her. I'm not no goofy motherfucker. See, a lot of shit is very hot right now. A lot of shit is very hot. Shit gotta cool down. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let shit cool. That's all I'm gonna say. I move very smart. See, I can't make no moves like when shit is thick and the motherfucking mist is thick, the smoke is thick. I can't do that kind of shit. But all it takes is for me to put my eyes on you, and that's it. That's all it takes. Let me go up in here because I got it in my stage. I didn't get rid of that. Hey, y'all want to hear it a few times? Let this play. Bitch smoking all the dope in the trap house. Bitch high as hell, still gotta get that hit now. Bitch claiming that she 35 years clean. Old bitch off the meth, cocaine and lean. This bitch tucking all pipes in her. Tucking all the pipes in her. Yeah. This bitch serious.
On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too.
Anything
that you might need, I got it back for you.
That bitch got it in a backpack, 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 backpack. We finna run it back one more time. Bitch smoking all the dope in the trap house. Bitch high as hell, still gotta get that hit now. Bitch claiming that she 35 years clean. Old bitch off the meth, cocaine and lean. This bitch tucking all pipes in her. Tucking all the pipes in her. Yeah. This bitch serious.
On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too.
Anything
that you might need, I got it back for you.
That bitch got it in a backpack, 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 backpack. It's people like you for me. I swear. You miserable for real. You so miserable, lady. And as miserable as you is, though, you have no room to really be looking at nobody. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole issue of your own over there that you dealing with. You got a whole issue of your own that you dealing with. Then you got a sick auntie. She elderly. All them friends over there, them Peachtree sisters that you got over there, they all going through some medical shit too, right now, as we speak. Right now, they all going through some medical shit right now. So for you to be actually, for you and your team, you and your crew, to be doing the shit y'all doing, y'all really got life fucked up. I'm talking about if y'all think that that kind of karma is not going to come back your way. And like I said, half of the time when it do hit you like that, you going to be a motherfucker going through it within your own four walls, bitch, because you ain't going to have no support. None. You're not going to even know how to bring that forth to your Peachtree sisters and brothers. You're not going to know how to do it. Because you're going to be too ashamed of what people going to say about you. They're going to say that's what you get. People not going to feel bad for you. They're going to say that's exactly what you get. That's what they're going to say. So if I was you, you need to tread lightly for real. But Peaches, all it takes for me to actually see your ass. I just need to lay eyes on you. Again, I ain't no dumb motherfucker. Smoke too thick right now. I can't push up or pull up. Not right now. Mm-mm. Not with you being a police hoe anyway. You send them motherfucker laws right over here. But no there. We shall meet. We shall see each other though. I can't even tell my platform the first thing that I would do when I see you either. I'm not gonna do it. But know that when I lock eyes on you, it's all she wrote. You play too many games for me. Okay? I can't do it. It just takes for me to actually see you. I'm talking about I just gotta put my eyes on you. That's it. I'm not gonna say no more. That will be it. For all you motherfucking Peachtree sisters that I know what y'all look like, it takes for me to see you motherfuckers too. That's all it would take. That's all it would take is for me to see y'all motherfucking people. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's nothing more to say. I'm not gonna go off and talking nothing further. I just need to see somebody. And that day shall come. It will. And Lord be with you and me when the day comes. That's all I'm gonna say. May God be with the both of us when that day arise. Okay? May God be with the both of us when that day shall come, but it will. Okay? And I guarantee nobody's gonna be there. Nobody. It's just gonna be you to fend for you. Me to fend for me. Simple. I don't like motherfuckers who play too much. I can't even give that much energy to a bitch like that for real. It just takes for me to see a bitch and crossing. And like I said, shit, I'm one that likes to live life, so that will happen. Simple. Mm-hmm. Y'all press better. Y'all press better them lace fronts. You so-called what waisters? What you say? She needs to learn to press that lace front. Is that what you're trying to say, sis? She needs to learn how to really melt that bitch. That bitch cut all of the lace off her lace fronts and she used the motherfucking. You could tell that she cut all the lace off. You know how some people wear lace wig and you can damn near you have to melt the lace on their skin, but you can tell once they wore it. Once they didn't wore their lace wig for, some time, you can see the lace, right? This bitch cut all of her lace off, so she glues the very, very, very edge of the wig to her motherfucking scalp. That's why that bitch ain't got no hair. That's why that girl ain't got no hair right now. Cause she ought to be leaving some lace on there. You know what I'm saying? Leaving some of the lace so you can melt that shit into your skin. That girl cut all of the lace off and she just put glue on the rim of her wig type shit and glue that shit on her head. That's why she ain't got no hair. That itch don't like herself, clearly. Clearly she don't. She press better than that lace she be wearing. Big presses. Hell, big press, ain't she? Mm-mm. That bitch swears somebody like her on a whole nother level too. I can listen. She swear this is what be so funny to me. This broad swear somebody like her on did this broad do a challenge yet? Cause I don't know. Have this broad did a putting her whole body in the frame yet? Did this bitch actually give a tour yet? Or did this bitch actually say what we jealous of? I don't know. Did she do that challenge? Did she fulfill it yet? Or is she at stalling them out? Which one she doing? She stalling or what? But this bitch swears somebody like her. You want somebody to romantically be into you. See, this is another reason why I know men is not into you like that. Because you think every woman is into you. Bitch, you are a bulldagger. You are a dyke. You like women. See, the same thing that you be saying that other people want when it comes to you, that's what you be looking at that person thinking. You be looking at me in a sexual manner, hoping that you would ever have a chance with Midnight, because Midnight could never. I say never. Do you understand me? I say I could never. All of the shit that you say another motherfucking person do, that's actually what you would like to do to that person. I mean, I figured you out already. You very predictable. You are a very predictable type of motherfucking person, just so you know. You very predictable. And that's really sad to be predictable because you would like people to actually look at you to be unpredictable. This way that they don't know your moves, they don't know what you'll think, they don't know what your next move will be when you're unpredictable. When you're unpredictable, a motherfucker will not know your next move to be your best move. But when you're very predictable and a motherfucker can actually say to what a motherfucker is doing or what a motherfucker is capable of doing next, that's really fucked up. You should always want to be unpredictable, not predictable. Okay? You should want to be unpredictable where a motherfucker won't be able to read you like a motherfucking script or a book. See, you so predictable that motherfuckers actually know the kind of line of behavior you do and what you may do next. That's just how predictable you are. You're a sad case. You a sad case for the women of your age group. You don't act your age, for one. You think you look good for your age, for two, and we know that's definitely a lie. I'm sorry. It is very much so that everybody should have a level of confidence about themselves, and I say everybody should because even the ugliest motherfucker needs to have some confidence about themselves. But for somebody telling you that you look good for 58 years old, they really lying to you. And that's no cap. They really lying to you. You do not look good for 58 because you look older than 58. Hell, you was looking older than that when I first laid my eyes on you on the book. So if you've aged over the years, a couple years older, shit, you damn near touching the age bracket of 80 plus now. That's how you look in your face. That's what your face gives. Your face is giving that you had a hard life. Your face is actually saying that for you without you opening your mouth. People could just look at you And if they ask you how old you are and you tell them you're 50 something, 58 years old, the motherfuckers gonna be in their head like, this bitch look older than that. You look older than that. This is what they're gonna be saying. You look older than that. Cause you actually look older than your age. I don't know who telling you that you actually look good for 58 years old, but all of them motherfuckers are very much so capping to you. They be capping to you too. You do not look good for your age. You look older than 58 years old. I know a lot of 58 years old women that actually does look good for their age because they look like they can go for late 40s and stuff. I mean, they actually take care of themselves. They skin, they take care of themselves, they keep their upkeep right. Like, you don't fit that narrative. Thank you for the hearts. She mad because she will never get no DICK. She mad because she knows her lace front wigs be on life support. Okay. Damn near dead, Miss Alicia. Dying, calling out for help. I'm doing okay, hanging in there as always. I'm on the autism spectrum and have special needs. My job is to become a special education paraprofessional aide in the future. That's my next biggest goal. And you can achieve it and will. All you got to do is believe that. She got a scoop of hair, cut it out. She part of the scalp that crew, sis. No, but Baldhead Winters did. Okay. Her face is fucked. Fuck child. Just like Miss Brenda say, fuck child. Everyone knows how she acts and moves, just like the loud mouth old 304 she is. That's why I'm saying she very predictable, Miss Leah. Very, very much so strictly with the ping over here. We don't do that. Box licking. She looked like she has what's that, Rosia? Quit playing with this. What's that, Rosia? Rosetta? What's that, sis? Right there. That's when the scalp going bald. Look, y'all laughing. Is that when the scalp is going bald? She looking about 80 plus. You damn right. She looking about 80 plus. You damn right. Bitch washed up and look stank. Okay. Fuck wrong with her. Thank you for sprinkling. What's wrong with her? Baby, not a bitch who wash up at the sink. Bitch, you take whole baths for the rest of your life. Bitch, you got a shower, but you would prefer a whole bath, a bird bath, bitch. Mm-mm. You can't take not that wolf twisty, that big ass wolf twisty you got over there. You can't be watching that wolf twisty at the motherfucking sink, bitch. You better hop your big ass in that motherfucking shower and let that water rain down on your ass. Let that water penetrate that nasty old ass skin of yours. That floppy ass skin. You want to put that nasty wolf twisty at the motherfucking sink area, taking bird baths, whole baths. Bitch, please. And you supposed to be matching up with who? And you supposed to be comparing yourself to who now? Yeah, she take whole baths, sis. She take bird baths. She walk that big ass, she limp her big ass over there by that sink. Oh, let me go. I gotta hit the twisty now. Cause I like it to be fresh and so clean, clean. I like my twisty to be fresh and so clean, clean. So she walk her big ass right in front of the sink. A rest stop type of bitch. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, she 58, she said, Miss Pam. She 58. She said she 58 years of age. That bitch look 80. I'm not playing that bitch will wobble. You know them knees bad. That bitch can't crawl. Bitch, you better not never fall. I swear to God, bitch, you better not ever fall. You know our winners in the Midwest be fucked up, bitch. You better not never fall on no motherfucking black ice hoe, cause that's it for you. That's gonna be it for you. You better not never fall. Do you hear me? You know what the winters be like over here in the Midwest. You better not never fall down, ho. Them knees is through. This bitch is a donkey ride. Nobody can take her serious. Exactly, sis. Nobody. That bitch look like Alf from the TV show, don't she? With his long nose ass. Not limp. Yeah, that bitch limp. You know her knees fucked up. The motherfucking knees buckle every time. Truck stop 304. Exactly. She's one of them truck. So that's what they actually call her as too, a lock lizard. I'm gonna have to get a picture of a lock lizard, y'all. Sis said lock lizard looking ass biatch. Mm-mm. Sis, you know that's what they called her. LOL, the knees out and busted up from staying on them day and night. Exactly. Day and night. Licking the ping until you get the sperm hunt. Looking bitch. Day and night. Looking to the top to make it pop day and night. Ain't. Because that's what she be doing. That's what she scream. Looking into the top to make it pop. Girl, and you a role model for whom? And who wants your life when that's all you talk about is looking into the top to make it pop? Bitch, you ain't even got no husband. I can see if you had a husband talking like that. You will be more valid to talk like that. Cause you can lick it to the top to make it pop on your husband. But bitch, you talking about random ass men? You talking about random ass men you dealt with in your time and that you dealing with now? How you licking it to the top to make it pop? Bitch, you ain't even married. You talking about you talking like that? You sad. And that's actually the kind of persona you want to actually leave the internet about you? Girl, if that's not whole mentality, I don't know what the fuck is. That's whole mentality at its best. That's whole mentality at its best. Do you hear me? Whole mentality. Yes, I gave that hoe that name last year. Yeah, they call her Lock Lizard. I gotta figure out what the fuck a lock lizard look like. I really do. But bitch, your turn will come soon, okay? Cause I understand that you ain't had nobody in your life to really care for you or love you. You don't have that kind of support system in your life. So you pretty much envy anybody who does. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's what Midnight do know about you. Anybody who does seem to have an ounce of motherfucking support system, natural supports around them, you're envious of that because you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Midnight knows that about you. You know what I'm saying? I know that about you already. I know that about you. And that's what you really envious of when it comes to any motherfucking body. The natural support system that somebody have. You mad because you don't got it. See, you look for that out these internet motherfuckers, and they really truly ain't giving it to you genuinely either. They not giving it to you the genuine way because, bitch, trust me, if you were to fall right now, all of the motherfuckers gonna go on about they la da da and about their motherfucking life. They not gonna do no motherfucking visuals for you, bitch. They not gonna celebrate your birthday every motherfucking year, ho. They not gonna you gonna be just a motherfucking memory to these motherfuckers. If your ass was to fall today, bitch, the motherfuckers will not give two fucks about you. But see, you look into these people because you don't have that kind of support outside these people. That's your issue. But these people really don't give two fucks about you neither because if your ass was to drop, stop, and roll tonight, the motherfuckers will not be holding no motherfucking visuals for you. The motherfuckers will not be flying out for you. The motherfuckers will not be celebrating you. The motherfuckers will not be doing none of that shit for you. You will be just the motherfucking Facebook bitch that they communicated with. That's it. The motherfuckers gonna go on about their motherfucking life. And you just gonna be one lonely motherfucking miserable deceased person. Cause even in the afterlife, I'm sure a motherfucker's not gonna even want to deal with you. Even in the afterlife, motherfuckers still will want to deal with you. So trust and believe me, while you looking to put on for the internet so much, trust me, you just gonna be a motherfucking memory to a lot of these motherfucking peoples if your ass was to drop, stop, and roll on tonight. You can believe that. You can believe that. You ain't gonna have nobody that's gonna be able to, keep your legacy going. Your kids ain't gonna definitely do that for you. They ain't doing that shit for you right now, right? Shit, on Mother's Day, do you get a legacy of or some kind of dedication to you from your children? Your children, they not even gonna remember your ass. Trust and believe me. Okay, you just gonna be a memory to a lot of motherfucking people on here. The ones that ever communicated with you, the motherfuckers don't give two fucks, two rats asses about you. They don't even. Trust and believe me, they don't. None of them motherfuckers will fly out for you because none of them motherfuckers barely did that when you needed the help, bitch. When you needed the help and you got a few day ones that was over there. You got a few day ones that was still there in the midst of you going through your procedure with your shoulder. I didn't see none of them motherfuckers fly out to help you because guess what, bitch? You was looking for midnight to give you resources about getting that kind of help in your house. Guess what? You were reaching out in hopes that midnight can help you with some, and I did, and I inboxed you some info, bitch. Maybe I should put that up on a motherfucking StreamYard. Bitch, you couldn't even get them Peachtree sisters to come down there and help your ass. Them Peachtree sisters couldn't even come down there to help your ass then. Why none of them didn't take flights? Cause see, I remember you asking me though. I remember you asking me about resources on how to get that shit in your house because you needed a PCW, bitch. You needed a little help around there. Where was the motherfucking Peachtree sisters at then? Where was they at then? And I'm definitely gonna bring forth the motherfucking receipt, bitch. Don't act like you wasn't in my motherfucker asking me for the help on how you get it there. So that should tell you right there, bitch, that you just gonna be a memory to these motherfucking people. That's it. See, meanwhile, I'm gonna have a legacy when I leave. My children gonna live. My legacy will live, just like my mama's legacy lived through me and my siblings and everybody else who loved her. We keep the legacy going. Cause see, listen, days like today, if I wanted to cook a meal, I would. I still celebrate in my own way. But my mother's birthday is a holiday, bitch. We always get together around her birthday and celebrate her legacy. See. Mother's Day, I still appreciate and pay homage to my motherfucking mother then, too. See, she got a legacy that lives through her children, her offsprings, even though my mother's deceased. She still rings and lives through us. See, when I leave, when God say it's time for me to come home, I'm going to have a legacy left behind. My legacy going to live through my motherfucking children. My legacy gonna live through my motherfucking siblings and my family and other people that I've helped along the way. They gonna remember Sheila. You understand me? I'm gonna be a motherfucker remembered. Trust and believe me. I'm gonna be remembered. What kind of legacy do you leave behind though? Who's gonna be celebrating you? Who's gonna keep your legacy alive? Who's gonna be celebrating you and keeping your legacy alive? Who's gonna be doing it? Cause see, I'm gonna be good when it's time for me to go. When the good Lord called me back and it's my time and I have to accept that call like we all do, my legacy will still live through my offsprings and my family when you get through. And so many other people that I done touched. So many other folks that I done touched already. But who's gonna uphold yours? Who's gonna uphold yours? Oh, nobody. Not even these whack ass Peachtree sisters or brethrens you think you have. Because, like I said, all it takes is for your ass to drop dead tonight. All of them motherfuckers gonna go on about their motherfucking life and forget about you. Just like that. They gonna forget about your ass just like that. You're gonna be just a motherfucking memory to a lot of these motherfuckers. They will not celebrate you. They will not celebrate you and keep no motherfucking Peachtree legacy alive. Trust me. So while you sitting up here hating, bitch, you need to worry about your afterlife and where you gonna choose to spend it too. And worry about shit like that. Worry about shit like that instead of worried about trying to be liked so much and you so disliked. You want to be liked so bad that you're so disliked. You want to be the most liked person that you're the most hated. Okay. That's what happens when you try too hard. That's what happens when you try too motherfucking hard to be something that you just truly not. You end up being the opposite of that. You ended up being the opposite of it. When you try so hard to be something that you end up being the total opposite of what it is you thought you were. Now, how the fuck does that work? Huh? Get yourself a life and worry about the afterlife because that's really important for you, a motherfucker like you. Especially a motherfucker like you who done so much and said so much. You need to be worried about where you gonna spend eternity. Okay? And stop really playing with God over there. You really need to stop playing with God over there. You think so many other motherfucking people play with God. You need to really stop playing with the man above. Stop playing with God the way you be playing with God. And then turn around and do some of the things you do. That's playing with God. Stop doing that. You really need to stop playing with the man upstairs for real. Stop playing with him like that. You think that the man upstairs honor and respect the stuff you doing? You don't think that you're gonna have to answer for the things that you doing? You think you can hide all of this from other people? Yeah, it's easy to hide and deceive other people. It's very easy to deceive and mislead other folks. It's easy for another motherfucker to do that. But one thing you cannot do is deceive the one that created you. One thing you cannot do is deceive the creator who created you and know you in and out. So why you think you fooling these people trying to put this persona on for the book? You don't think that you're gonna have to answer for what you do? Cause we all is. You don't think you're gonna have to answer for what it is you did on a repeated note to people that you went to God claiming you went to God and asked for forgiveness for, but then will turn right around and do it again? You think that you're not gonna have to ask or answer to God on that? You really think so? If you think that, you nuts. You're nuts. And if you think that, you really don't fear God, then, which something that everybody should fear is nobody but God Himself. Everybody should fear God. When you feel like you can do that because you playing on God's top and you playing with God, you really saying in so many words that you don't fear God. You don't fear the wrath of God. Everybody should fear God. That's the only person you're supposed to fear is God Himself. So while you be sitting over there on your platform playing with God the way you play with God, you need to stop. You better stop. That itch daughter won't even talk to her. Number been the same for 30 years. But she thinks it's different. It's diabolical to me. Mm. She swear up and down she swore up and down that she had seen her oldest daughter or spoke with her around the time where and you know that prom, your granddaughter, she very pretty. Let me say that because I seen the clip. Again, I ain't no hater. You know what I'm saying? Your granddaughter is very pretty. Hell, that one daughter that you showed, she pretty. You know what I mean? Your daughter is pretty. Your granddaughter is pretty too. But you know what? You know what I picked up on that? And you know what else everybody else picked up on that video? And you know you picked it up too, right? You know you picked this up, right? It was your granddaughter's demeanor. And that said a whole lot. It even did it for you. I wouldn't even put that on Facebook, truth be told, if I was you. Did you not review the video? I know you were recording that shit on your phone, but did you not look over the footage that you recorded before you placed it up on the internet? Because if I was you, with having the kind of rep and reputation you have with your children and what you put out here for the internet to know of the relationship about you and your children, I would have never uploaded that on my page for people to see that your granddaughter is really not feeling you. I would have said, this could be a keepsake for my eyes only. It ain't for the internet. Because I wouldn't have never put that up. If I was you, I would have never put that up. Because did you not think that people was going to actually dissect the video for what it was? Y'all want people to look at stuff fakely. Y'all want people to look at stuff in a fake way, in a fake manner. But see, if you are a real, honest, real person, you're going to analyze whatever that is for what it is. You didn't think that people of the internet was going to actually look at what you recorded with your granddaughter on her prom day. And you placed that up on the internet. You didn't think that people was going to catch the tone of how she spoke with you, how she gave the other person a little smile and grace and was courteous with them. But then when it came to you, she kind of was like putting you on the back burner. You didn't think that people was going to pick that kind of energy up off that video. That's why I said if I was you, I would have kept that for your eyes only. If I was you, I would have kept that for my eyes only, not for the internet, especially as many motherfuckers already know out of your mouth you said it though. Especially since many motherfucking people already know that your relationship is strained with your children, which means we know it's strained with your grandchildren. Because if you're not reaching for your children, how dare you be able to see your grandchildren the way you want to see them when you're not reaching for their mama? You're not reaching for their parents. So we already know that if you're not seeing the children on the regular, you're not seeing their children. That's how that works. If you're not seeing the parents, you're not seeing their children either. So when you come up on here and say things like that, that sounds very crazy to real people. That sounds very crazy to real people. That if you have such a strained relationship with the mother of your grandchildren, how are you truly reaching for them when you don't even reach for their parents in the manner that you're supposed to be reaching for? Then when you put that up, see, this is why I know you do things to be liked. Because again, you didn't even have enough sense to look at that video and analyze it for what it was. You just put that up there in hopes that people will be able to hype you up saying, oh, she's pretty, which a lot of people say that because I'm telling you that right now. She pretty. You put that on a Facebook in hopes that that will change people's mind that of thinking that you're not a good shit mother. You're a downright not shit type of mom. You put that up there in hopes that people will look at you as if you are an active parent. You put that up there in hopes to making people think that you are not a low life type of mama. This is what you put that up there for. You don't want people to think that you are no good mama. You don't want people to look at you that way but that's what you put it out here as though. And then you didn't even you definitely caught the way she was talking to you because you definitely paused and shut the fuck up when she told you to wait. When she said wait, just like that, she said it, wait. Whoever she was talking to prior to you, where they were taking snips of her, she was engaging with that person, doing as they please. She didn't give them that kind of tone that she gave you. She damn near brushed your ass off with the hand. Wait. You didn't see all of that on your video and then you decided to post that shit up on the internet? You still decided to put that shit up on the internet because again, you were hoping that, oh, that will make you look like Mother of the Year. You was hoping that that made you look like Mother of the Year when it really only show people that, listen, your own grandchildren know that you are a not shit mother to their mother, therefore they don't give a fuck about you. Okay? Your own grandchildren know that you are not shit mama to they mama, therefore that they don't give a fuck about you. Okay? And you had the nerve to actually put that up there because you wanted brownie points and having mother of the year. And it backfired on you because everybody heard what I heard. Now, everybody cannot possibly be wrong either. Everybody cannot possibly be wrong when they saw that and they picked up that kind of demeanor and attitude. There's no way that we're all going to be wrong about that. No way. You was better off keeping that for your own eyes and your own eyes only, not for the Facebook street. Know that. Damn, my phone about to be dead. Hold on, y'all. Let me go grab my charge. Cause I ain't done yet. I ain't done talking. You know that one nothing but a setup. You know that one nothing but a setup. That one nothing but a setup, and you did that to your damn self. See, that's how slow you is. That's how slow you be. That's exactly how slow you are. That you didn't even care to put that shit on. You didn't even care that the video showed something else, but you was hoping people saw it for something else. You didn't care that people was going to pick up the fact that your grandchild was very rude to you. But you thought that her beauty and you thought the fact that you was just present there, what did you give her? We didn't see you hand her anything. She didn't even get out the car to take a picture with you. She didn't even get out of the car to take a flick with you. What like so what was the point of doing all that? Again, you did that for the books in hopes that the books will look at you like mother, grandmother of the year, and hope that you was going to get a different kind of reaction when you got the one that you rightfully deserve because you should have screened that motherfucking video before you put it up there. You should have screened that shit and proof looked at that shit before you actually posted that. That's what you should have did for you. Mm-mm. No, when my children had send-offs for prom, my whole family came over here. They took pictures with all of the girls, pictures with their parents and their grandparents. It was that kind of an energy like that. It was a dinner. Where was any of that? Was you invited to eat at the send-off, before they go for the send off, it'd be shit like that. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? The send off happens, the family gather. You might eat a little something, talk a little, kick it up a little, taste with talk. Um, Pictures are happening, recordings are going down. Motherfuckers are standing side by side, taking pictures and flicks. What happened with that send off was you and your flicks and your side by side flicks and you giving her a hug personally, telling her how beautiful she looks. She didn't even feel to take a picture with you. Because guaranteed if you had that, you would have posted that up too. So you don't have one, do you? No, you don't. Guaranteed you don't have one, do you? The only thing that you was able to get was a video recording of you recording her in the car and her disregarding you, like, wait, telling you that, like that. She told you to wait. That's exactly how she sounded. I'm talking about that's how her voice was, and she damn near wanted to flick her hand at you like a peasant. You know how you brush off a peasant? Somebody, a queen. You know how a queen would shoot away a person like off with the head. Off with the head would they go? Peasant to me. She kind of blew you off like you were a peasant to her. Okay? That's exactly how she did you and told you to wait. Okay? That's what she did. And your goof troop ass thought that that was, oh my God, I got footage of my granddaughter. I'm going to put this on the book. You a dummy. You put this on the book and everybody saw it for what it was. Simply. Not for what you thought that they was going to see it for. They saw it for what it was. Okay? They saw that for what the fuck it was. They know you a no shit and no good ass mama, and they know you a no good ass motherfucking granny, and your grandkids know that. You don't think your grandkids know that you a no good ass motherfucking mama to their mama? This is why it's so easy for you to go around doing what it is you do when it comes to everybody else's posts and all of that shit right there. Because you a no good ass mammy. I say you want a mammy, not a mother or a mama. When somebody called a parent or they mother or mama, they love. You know what I'm saying? A mammy is just somebody who birthed children. A mammy, she not there for his or her kids. She not there for her children. A mammy. That's all you are. You ain't a mother. You're not classified as a mother or a mama or ma. No, you're a mammy, okay? Which means that you gave birth to children, but you didn't do nothing but give birth to them. That's it. So you classified as a mammy. You display mammy behavior too, okay? Very immature. You could tell that you're not used to nothing. See, that's another thing that you really despise about a lot of other women. I'm gonna talk for myself preferably. That's what you despise when it comes to me. See, I'm used to things, so a lot of shit don't excite me. A lot of small shit that excites you does not excite me. Because see, that's some shit that I do for myself regularly. Me taking myself shopping or taking myself to a nice meal, that's not exciting to me. I don't have to get excited over shit like that. Like I never done that for myself. I done that for myself 10 times over. And I've had so many other motherfucking people in my whole entire life do it for me. That kind of thing don't excite me. See, you let some of the smallest, simplest things excite you, which also tells me that you're not used to the simple, smallest things in life. So you're still playing catch up in that area. Cause again, I'm speaking for midnight. A lot of shit that excites you just don't excite me. I can't get excited off of eating seafood bags. I'm sorry. I don't get excited off of eating good food. I grew up off of good food. I grew up I grew up off good food. Do you hear me? I grew up eating good food. I prepare good food my motherfucking self. Okay? How you think I'm so good at preparing it? I grew up eating nice food. So when I go dine somewhere, that shit don't excite me to where I'm so overly excited to where I don't know how to act. Cause I'm always treat myself. See, the things that excite you, that tells me that you ain't never used to shit. You're not used to shit. Not a motherfucker who prefer to steal panties anyway. Uh-huh. Mm-mm. 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 Girl, no. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. How you doing, John? Mm-hmm. Girl, bye. Baby. I ain't gonna talk about my days when I was, doing what I was doing with me and my friend. I wasn't thinking about taking no drugs. Mm-mm. Baby, no. I used to do it too. I was cold at it too. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was cold at doing what the fuck I did. I definitely was. Girl, you gotta grow up. You got a child mentality. For real. You got to grow up. You say you 58 years old in physical form. And truly, I'm sure you feel 58. I'm sure you feel older than 58 in your physical body. But in your mentality, your mind, you still have the mind of a 14-year-old. You still have the mindset of a 14-year-old female, a 14-year-old girl. You still right there with your mentality and your mindset. You're 58 years old in physical form, but you feel much older than that. Okay? In your body, you definitely feel older than 58. But as far as mentality wise, you have the mentality of somebody who's 14 years old or could be much younger. You have the mentality of maybe I'm gonna say 12, a 12 to 14-year old. I'm 42 and I have the mentality of somebody that's wiser and older than 42 years of age. Okay? I'm not stuck in the mentality of when I was 12, 13, and 14 years of age. I am 42 years old. So I definitely know how to conduct myself in the manner of being a 42-year-old woman. You, a motherfucking person who's still wearing rhinestones on her face, though, a motherfucker who's still putting stickers on her face, who's still putting them classified as stickers to me. A motherfucker who putting stickers on her face at 58, something wrong with that because I can guarantee you if I go grab a typical 58-year-old woman, she's not going to look like you. If you stand next to the typical 58-year-old woman and you're standing next to motherfuckers that's 58 years of age, first of all, they not wearing colorful motherfucking wigs. That's synthetica, fucked up syntheticas. They not wearing fucked up syntheticas. The motherfuckers gonna dress with class. They not putting those whack ass rhinestones on their face. They not even wearing those snuffleupagus lashes that you like to wear. Those snuffleupagus lashes that you wear. If you were standing next to the normal 58-year-old woman, the everyday 58-year-old woman, you will not even match to these women. You would not even match with standing in the same category of these women. They will look at you and think that you're a bum to the ordinary 58-year-old woman. They will think that you're a bum. They will think that you're just the peasant. They will think that you really on drugs for real because you wouldn't be able to stand next to the normal 58-year-old woman, not the typical one. All they have to do is line you up with 4 to 5 other women of your age group. They're going to be dressed within their age group. Their demeanor is going to actually portray 58 years old. They're not wearing fucked up, colorful syntheticals. They're not doing that. You will be the one to point. You'll be easily pointed out amongst the typical 58-year-old. You will easily be pointed out because you don't fit. You don't fit the script. You don't fit the narrative. You don't fit that class. You just don't fit. They will easily be able to say, I point that way. If they said, point out the immature 58-year-old woman, if they lined you up with other 58-year-olds and they said to somebody, point out the one that's immature out of these women, somebody will easily be able to identify you off rip. Off the rip. They will be able to easily identify you as the immature 58-year-old woman. You won't be considered the wise one. Not at all. And your appearance will do that for you without even you opening your mouth. It's the way you dress. Oh, Lord forbid that you open your mouth. They know you full of shit. They know you immature. It's going to be the look, though. The look alone. It's going to be the look for them. They're going to be able to point you out. They're going to be able to identify you as the immature 58-year-old woman versus the typical 58-year-old woman. They're going to be able to do that for you. Just based off what you look like and how you present yourself every day. That's going to do it for you. Then you opening your mouth, oh, that just makes it worse. You opening up your mouth to talk or to speak, oh, that's going to be much worse. They already know you out of here. You don't even compare to the 58-year-old. I mean, I don't even know if these people are in their 50s, but I'm going to say they damn near in your age category. I watch a couple of other bloggers that's damn near in your age category, and you do not even belong in a class with these kind of people. You don't even belong in a class with some of these other mid-age creators. I'm just saying you do not even belong in a class with them. You immediately will be the one set apart from them. And motherfuckers will be able to set you apart from the rest. Because you don't fit in. You know what I'm saying? You just don't fit in. No matter how you try to fit in, you just don't fit. It's the way that you get excited for certain things for me. Also make me like, damn, this bitch ain't never been used to nothing. You can tell. She ain't used to shit. You could tell she not. Who gets excited over stuff like that? Like who? Who in their right mind getting excited for shit like that? Who? Especially not a motherfucker who's used to having. She's definitely not overly excited about shit like food, and she's definitely not overexcited about um the material things that you are overly excited about. She's definitely not invested into making sure that people like her to a certain degree. Because see, a person that's that age and seasoned to that capacity, they definitely do not really care about what others think about them. You know what I'm saying? Because with age, you're supposed to be wiser, but that's not true with everybody. You all, I know a lot of y'all like to think just because somebody's older that makes them wiser than you. That's not true. Because she's a case in point. She's a case in point. That lady 58 years old, so she say. But look how she act. She's definitely not much wiser than me. So that's why I never really go off of that cliche. You know, that cliche statement. I never go off of that cliche statement right there because that's not true. That ain't true. Just because you're older than somebody that makes them much wiser than you. Not true at all. That lady not near wiser than I am. I'm definitely tooting my own horn when I say that that lady is not touching me in that area. She's not much wiser than me. She's not much wiser than a lot of y'all. She's not much wiser than a lot of y'all people that watch her. She definitely not wiser than me. I'm tooting my own horn. Skip that. I'm definitely tooting my own damn horn. That lady not wiser than me, and I'm much younger than her. Okay? So all of those old cliche myths and shit that they say out there, that shit don't be half the truth at all. None of that shit don't be half of the truth all the time. A person character gonna speak for them all day long and loud and clear. I don't care what nobody say. You could try to make somebody believe that you're the opposite way, but if your character say that you are one way, you best believe most people are paying attention to the character because the character is more of an action piece. It's based off what you do. It's based off the things you do. It's based off things you say. They are looking at your character, and your character is going to speak much louder than what you can tell people or persuade people to think about you. And for the ones that you think that you may be able to persuade, because there is a few that people always seem to persuade. There's a small percentage of people that a lot of other people can't persuade. Yeah, that's true, people. There is some people who is very great at persuading other people to think one way about them, but yet their actions show something totally different, and they still will disregard and dismiss that person's characteristics and that person's actions and go for what they say. You have to ask people who doing shit like that, what's wrong with their head. You got to ask people who doing stuff like that, what's wrong with your head though, bro? Because see, actions always going to play a part and speak louder than words. If you see that somebody's characteristics and their character is very degrading to themselves and others, and this is a repeated pattern, I'm talking about this something you seeing regularly. All right, this something you seeing on a regular basis with them. It's a regular routine thing with them, right? That's what they character doing for them. But here they are over here trying to persuade you to think that that character don't exist. Here they are over here trying to make you think that this is not who the fuck they are when they showing you this is how they is because they show you this every day. Yet they still want you to think that they're different. If you're going by what they're telling you versus what you see for yourself, then I have to question what's wrong with your head. I then have to question what's wrong with you. What is wrong with you? Something wrong with that kind of a person. Straight up. It gotta be. Something wrong with you. Because how dare you telling me that somebody's character and the things that he or she do on a daily basis is not trumping what they telling you? How dare you tell me that the words that they're giving you is more meaningful to you than their actions of what they display? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense, people. Do that make any sense? I'm talking about, do that make any real sense though? See, and another thing that a lot of people lack doing is thinking and talking with logic. They want to dismiss that kind of shit. A lot of people do not want to think with logic. A lot of people do not want to use logic when they speak. A lot of people do not want to use logic when you're problem solving, brainstorming, doing critical thinking. Y'all don't want to use logic when you do that. You want somebody to use logic on you when it comes to things that you want people to believe, though. You want them to open up their brain. You want them to expand their horizons when it comes to that, though. But you can't do shit else for nobody. That's not the way it works. Nah, not like that. No, not like that. I'm very wise, books wise and street wise. Okay? I'm wiser than a lot of these mid-aged women. I'm just saying. I'm saying that. I'm saying that. When it comes to me, I'm much wiser than a lot of these motherfucking people. I am. I don't care what they say. I'm wiser than them. And see, this is what they can't stand. But hey, oh well, shit. I give it to people straight. Mhm. This is why I'm gonna always be a respected individual because I don't cut corners with people. If a person want to get asking me for some advice, I'm gonna give it to you like a straight HSHOOTER. I'm gonna give it to you straight like that. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm not doing none of that, okay? Because I don't want nobody doing that kind of activity with me. If I went to a motherfucking person and I really wanted some legitimate advice and I really wanted somebody to be honest with me, I'm gonna go to a person who I know that's gonna give it to me straight. I'm not gonna go to nobody and ask nobody who's gonna beat around the bush, tiptoe around the motherfucking bush, run in circles. I'm not gonna go ask that kind of a person for no advice because I know you finna be shitting me. You finna tell me what you think I want to hear. You're not gonna give me the real. You only gonna be feeding me what you think I want to hear. You're not gonna be telling me things I need to hear. You're gonna be feeding me shit that I want to hear. You're not gonna be giving that shit to me straight. Okay? I want them kind of people giving me the kind of constructive criticism. Okay? Somebody who's gonna give it to me straightforward. I don't need no beating around the bush type of person advising me. I wouldn't even go ask the person who beat around the bush for no advice. You a beat around the bush type of person. What you asking them for advice for they fake? They finna lie to you in your face. You know how some people don't like to hear the truth. Some people don't like to hear the truth because they say the truth hurts. And you know how some people can receive the truth as long as you actually delivering it to them in a way the approach is right. You know what I'm saying? So the approach is right on. They're gonna receive it with open arms. Versus somebody who's always negative about it and they saying the same thing that other person saying, but it's their approach off. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna receive it right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people need to hear the truth, and that's just it, whether they like it or not. Now, a lot of people don't like to hear the truth, but some people will soak that shit in and it'll give them something to think about. It'll give them something to think about. And if they actually a real individual, they may not like what the fuck you said to them. But they're gonna be like, oh, that person was right though. You know what I'm saying? I actually went in on my head and thought about it. I actually went in my own thoughts really, and I thought about what that person said to me. And what they said to me couldn't have been no more right. So they actually gonna respect the decision of what somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You got to be around people like that. That's kind of people I want around me. I don't need nobody faking it with me. You can't fake it till you make it with me. I'm sorry. I can read between. I can see right through fake motherfuckers. I can see right through fake people. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. You play a fake motherfuckers game right along with them, boo. That's what you do with fake people. You play that game right along with they fake ass. You hear me? That's exactly what you do to fake motherfuckers. You play them at their own motherfucking game of being fake, okay? Because that's when a motherfucker think they got some rules over your eyes. They think they got you with the blinders on. No, 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 no. It's nothing like that. You don't have me with wool over my eyes, and you don't have me with motherfucking blinders on. That's for one fact. to motherfuckers like her, you gotta be worried about where you gonna spend your motherfucking eternal life. That's first off. Worry about you and your own life, and worry about rebuilding relationships that should matter to you besides this Facebook shit. Because you got a whole lot of areas in your life that is very gray areas. You know they call gray areas. You got a lot of gray areas in your life. You want to know how the fuck midnight know that and so many other motherfucking people know that? It's because you put this shit on the internet. You put this shit on the internet for people to hear and see for them damn selves. So you got a lot of gray areas in your life that you need to fix. Worry about that first. You know what I'm saying? Go try to mend some of that. You know, some of the damage that you've done with some of them relationships. Go try to mend that. Go try to fix that the best way you know how. That should be your focus for real. That should be your focus. Not so much trying to get somebody's attention and doing the shit you doing. Because little do you know, you're really not successful there. You're really not that successful there either. You know what I'm saying? It's not working. So give it up. Give it up already. It's not working. It's not working. I know how to express myself on y'all. I ain't gotta be all upset. I could be talking just like I'm talking now. And it's motherfuckers just find that shit to be funny. Some of the shit do be funny for real. But I can really just express myself on y'all like this. You know what I'm saying? Talking just like this, just expressing myself on y'all. Ain't no motherfucking body finna get me to the point of where I was actually angry and really fucking pissed off like that to where I was like 12 years ago. I'm not gonna let nobody get me there. Cause again, the only way I'm gonna ever see myself to ever be that mad in life is one, y'all not gonna do some shit that I asked y'all to do. That's show up. Motherfucker come through showing up. Okay, that's different. You gonna see me act the way there. Oh, if a motherfucker ain't doing that, I ain't worried about shit else. It would just take for us to cross paths in society. You know what I'm saying? And when that time come, it's just gonna come. But if a motherfucker approach me and you come to my domain, that's when you gonna see me act like that. You gonna see me act just like that. When a motherfucker actually comes see me in my own domain, you gotta come see me. When motherfuckers cross each other in society, hey, we crossing motherfuckers in society. We have free game to do what the fuck we want to do when we want to do it. Whenever that time presents itself, okay? That's the only time I'm gonna get out of character and get that upset for real. And that's gonna be the only time where nobody's gonna be able to stop me from what it is I want to do either. I don't care. Nobody's gonna be able to stop me from doing what it is I want to do. Nobody. So if a motherfucker not doing that, I'm not worried about it. And I already know a motherfucker not going that far. You understand me? So like I said, it's just gonna take for a motherfucker to see somebody in the society, in the world. And you know, I'm not gonna even speak on what goes on from that point. You know what I'm saying? We just have to see one another. That's all I'm saying. Shit, enough is enough already. You understand? But know that you will have to answer to you and your little millions. And I want you to hear this clearly. That know that if you were to fall tonight, nobody will give a fuck about you tomorrow. Trust and believe me. If you were to fall tonight, nobody would give a fuck about you in a month. If you were to fall tonight, in a year's time, nobody will be living your legacy or living through your legacy, keeping that shit alive. Know that. Nobody will be keeping your legacy alive. Nobody will be celebrating you. They will all forget about you. Just like 1, 2, 3. They will all forget about your ass for real. Just like you're going to forget about them. Okay, so a lot of y'all talk about how one another be fake with one another. Well, I feel like this. You fake with them motherfuckers over there just as fake as they is with you. Cause none of you motherfuckers will care about none of you, none of them. None of y'all will care about none of each other if y'all were to fall tonight. If your ass rotten fruit lady was to fall tonight, your platform ain't gonna give a fuck about you. When you come on your platform and talk about a lot of them motherfucking people, the way you come up there talk about them, how you lost them, you don't speak about them motherfuckers ever so again. You don't keep talking about them, so you're not keeping a legacy alive. You coming through to let the platform know that something happened to such and such. But after you do that, do you still continue to talk about such and such? Do you celebrate such and such? Did you know much about such and such? Not at all. Just like the motherfuckers don't know that much to keep your legacy alive. Cause what the fuck they do know about you, I know about you. And the motherfuckers upholding that bullshit. So then they gonna have to answer to what the fuck they're doing. But I know you ain't about shit. And like I said, if I were you, I would be taking that motherfucking video down of you and your motherfucking grandchild. Cause trust and believe me, that shit was just like, ooh wee. That shit was like, ooh wee wee. The motherfucking people saw that video and they actually saw a lot of shit for what it is. They saw a lot of shit for what it is looking at that. And that spoke a lot. That spoke volumes too. Trust and believe me, it definitely did. It spoke values about how even your grandchildren feel about your ass. Little do you know. So give it up. It's time. It's time up. Your time has been up. You still actually trying to press for time you don't have, and you wasting time that you definitely won't get back. So why would you waste your precious time like that in that manner? Because you're not gonna get the time back. So why you wasting your time? Like, do that make sense? You're pressed. Like I said, y'all pressed on so many levels. Y'all do press broad stuff. You know, y'all deal with press broad syndrome a lot of ways. Across the board, y'all dealing with press broad syndrome. Okay? I'm talking about press ish syndrome. Anytime you upset that a motherfucker's actually, you think they living better than you when you don't really know how a motherfucker living, but I'm just saying, you see motherfuckers doing what they do on their platform. You see a motherfucker producing whatever kind of content they want to produce. They got relationships, healthy ones. This is all the shit you want. You know, when I said I can name 5 things that I have and you don't, I'm gonna end my live with this right now by giving you 5 things I possess that you don't. Okay? First of all, I have an education. Okay? I finished grammar school. I finished junior high school. I finished high school. And I even have college behind me. So my education is higher than yours. You don't have that type of education level. That's number 1. Number 2, you don't have personality or charisma about you. Something that I definitely have about me. You have no soul, so you don't really have a personality. You have no soul, so you really do not display charisma. You have no soul, so you don't really display creativity. That's number 2. Number 3, I have a connection with family. This will include my children, my siblings, my father, my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, my uncles, my aunties. Something you do not have, okay? Something you do not possess, something you do not even present. 4, I'm a married woman. So I am in a marriage. I am in a union, a covenant before God that is very valid in his eyes. I have a husband, something that you do not, something that you desire. And until you actually change your whole demeanor, you will never, ever come close to being a married woman. For 5 years, I'm walking into 5 years this month on the 27th of June. Number 5, I'm a great housekeeper, cooker. I'm a great cook. I'm a great housekeeper. Okay? So you see, you don't possess the things that I possess. My education is higher than yours. My personality is there. Yours is dead. I have a relationship with my immediate family. This will include my parents, because my deceased mother and I had a very strong connection, bitch. I have a very strong connection with my father, my siblings, my nieces, my nephews, cousins and all, aunties and uncles. I'm married. I've got a husband who gives a damn about me, just like I give a damn about him. I'm a way better homemaker than you. Okay? That's 5, and I could go on. Those are all of the things I possess and you don't. Shall I say it again? Because you think I forgot and I came off the dome with those. Okay? My education level is higher than yours. I didn't stop at high school. I went to college. Okay? My education level is higher than yours. And might I add, I came out of college with a 3.95 GPA. Okay? Damn near a perfect 4-point GPA. 4.0. My personality and my charisma and my creativity, you don't match mine. My family connection that I have with my immediate family, which will include my siblings first, my children, well, no, my father, my parents, because I'm including my mother in this one. My mother's deceased now. She's been deceased for 12 years. But I have a relationship. I've had one for many years with my mother and father. My siblings, my children, my nieces, my nephews, my cousins, my aunties and uncles. You don't have it. I have a husband, something that you desire and yearn for. You don't have it. I am a very better homemaker than you. You wish. So I just gave you the 5 that I came off the rip with. Okay? Those are definitely things that I possess that you don't. You don't have degrees. You don't have charisma, personality, and creativity. You don't have relationships with your immediate family. That includes your parents, your children, your brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles. We don't never see you at a gathering bringing that shit forth. Y'all see that all the time with me. You don't have a husband, and you're not a better homemaker than me. So again, when you say words out of your mouth like someone's jealous of you, you have to be able to do what I just did. You have to be able to do what I just did, which is I narrowed down 5 things I know that I possess and you don't. I just gave you 5 things that I know I possess and you absolutely don't. And I can go on and on. But those are things that you just do not possess. You don't. So again, what makes us so jealous? I'm just saying, what makes people so jealous about you? Hmm? Because I feel like you really truly want my life. I feel like you want my life. You're going to have to do what I just did. That was challenge to you to do what I just did. Those are all of the reasons why you envy me right now. Let me do it again. All of the reasons why you envy me because you do not have degrees up under your belt. Your education level is not as high as mine. You envy Midnight because I have personality, charisma, and creativity about me. You also envy Midnight because she has a connection with her immediate family. You also envy Midnight because she's married and she has a loving husband. You also envy Midnight because I'm a very better homemaker than you will ever be. Slash career woman. Okay? Because I'm outside of my home as well. So when you say somebody be jealous of you, bro, you're gonna have to come correct or don't come at all. You know what I'm saying? She really wants me though. You know what I'm saying, Miss Valencia? Because I don't like that lady in no kind of a way. And for her to even think that I like her in a sexual manner is really bizarre. Because I don't even give those kind of vibes to the people of Facebook that I'm interested in her like that. She know that. She know that and the people know that. So her throwing that narrative out there, thinking that Midnight wants to lick on her when that's not my motherfucking cup of tea. But even that lady know that that's far-fetched. She even know that. That's not even what I actually portray to the internet that she's somebody who I'm into like that. Never. She's into me like that. That's why she thinks like that, because that's how she feel about Midnight. Midnight definitely do not care for her in a sexual manner. I keep saying this. I definitely don't go that way in life. Never have. I'm not bi-curious either. Never been. That's the way she feel about Midnight, truth be told. That's the way she feel about me. I never once displayed that she's ever somebody that I'm sexually attracted to. I'm married. I like men. I never, ever in my whole entire life, never desired to be with a woman. I don't like that lady as a person. I think she's very disgusting. I think she's very trifling. I think she's very nasty. I think she don't carry herself in the manner of a woman as a woman should. I don't like her for many reasons, and I'm definitely not sexually attracted to her. She even know that. She even know that. She knows that already. So throwing that out there to people, that just makes that lady look very much so even more nuttier to people, because people come over here and be like, that girl definitely don't like her. They'll come over here and be like, that girl definitely do not like her, because I don't. I don't even like her as a human being. Mm-mm. So how in the hell could she ever think that I want her on a sexual note? That lady has got to be something wrong with her brain. She's insane. Because I'm letting y'all know that I can't stand her. You know, I don't like to say the word hate, but I can't stand her as to why I go so hard on her and talk about her the way I do. I can't stand that lady. And she know I can't stand her either. So to say that somebody's into her sexually, these people on Facebook looking at her like she's very nuts. Because when they go to her page and hear her say that, and then they come over here and check me out, it don't match. Because when they go over there and listen to that bitch say shit like that, and then they come over here and hear me, the shit don't line up. It don't match. Okay? Nevertheless, that's not my cup of tea. Okay? With no woman. So she makes her own self look some kind of way when she say shit like that, because again, all they have to do is go look at her and listen to her. They're gonna know she sound very delusional, because when they come over here, ain't none of that energy gonna match what she's saying. It's not gonna give. Because again, the people gonna hear me say several times how much I dislike her. How much I very much so dislike her. That's what the people hear me say. How much I dislike her. Do you hear me? It just don't match. That's very insane. Now she's delusional. And the only reason why she's going that route is because she's the bull dagger. She wants a lot of motherfucker, including Midnight. That's who she want. She want me, but I'm not into her like that at all. Never have been. Never. Never been into a woman like that, ever. So again, all they gotta really do for a motherfucking smart person and a motherfucker who don't think like her, all they gotta really do is go on that lady platform and listen to her and the things she say, and then come over here and listen to me talk about her. They gonna already know off the rip, oh, that's a delusional bitch. Off the rip. Cause Midnight can't stand her. I don't like her. And I definitely ain't into her sexually. She got me fucked up. I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling motherfuckers that I like strong ping. I never been into coochie. Okay? Never once thought to even try coochie. Not ever. So that's truly how she feel about me. She's actually expressing herself to her own platform on her sexual urges towards Midnight, because Midnight don't have none towards her. Not none. I say not none. I can't stand that lady. I can't stand that lady. And that's real talk. I can't stand her. I don't like her as a human being. I don't like nothing about that lady. Absolutely nothing. She disgusts me for real. She's a disgusting piece of work. That lady disgusts me for real. She really disgusts me as a woman. As I said before, she could be the last bitch on earth. A motherfucker will not even budge for her. Do you hear me? A motherfucker will not even budge for that lady. She could be the last motherfucker left on the planet. Do you hear me? The last. I mean, the last of the last. She could be the last on the motherfucking planet. A motherfucker will not touch her. Especially not a motherfucker like me. Nah, I can't stand her. I can't stand her. And that's just real talk. So everybody that's hearing that lady say that, that's truly how she feel about me. She have a sexual urge towards me. And mad because she's never going to be able to fulfill that. Never. Never will. Again, she's a motherfucking lesbian. She gives bull dagger vibes. She has been with motherfucking women in her time. That's something that Midnight had never done in her whole entire 40 years of life and won't do it. That's something that I never done. That's something that I never been into. Of my 42 years of living, I never, ever have even been curious about doing it. So what do that bitch really think that I'm attracted to? Bitch, I don't even like your lifestyle. You're a whore. You're a hoe to me. You a hoe. I don't like you. You disgust me. And that's just real talk. You disgust me. So you definitely gonna need to miss Midnight with that one right there. Midnight definitely not into you on no level. And I do mean on no level. I put that on JC. That's Jesus Christ. I'm not into you on no type level. So again, all motherfuckers need to do is really go over there, listen to her delusional ass, and then when they come over here and listen to Midnight speak and how Midnight talk about her, they gonna know off the rip that that's some bull. Off rip. Off rip. You hear me? Off the rip. So she convinced me with that one. Baby, I done already told you I'm not into you. I ain't into women. Never been. There's nothing that a woman can do for me. I'm sorry. Nothing. So no, that's not it. Honey, you envy me for all of the reasons that I gave you and then some. You envy me for all of the reasons that I threw out there and then some. Trust and believe me. People already know that. Even she know that. She know that even. So you just trying to make yourself believe a narrative that you know that's not true. You want yourself to you want somebody to want you. That lady really wants somebody to fantasize about her. I'm sorry, but you won't get that kind of motherfucking action this way. You won't get that kind of motherfucking fantasy action type shit this way. Midnight not gonna be the one to give it to you. She want for somebody to lust over her, and she want for somebody to fantasize about her in that manner. You're not gonna get that kind of behavior this way. You're not gonna get that over here, because that's not how I feel about you. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. You want for somebody to truly want you, and you know that don't nobody don't. A man don't want to deal with you, and don't no motherfucking woman want to deal with you. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. Mm-mm. I don't have a lesbian bone in me. I don't have a lesbian bone in my body. Not at all. So nah, miss me with that one. That's what you feel for Midnight, truth be told. You're never gonna get that kind of energy from me. Never once have Midnight ever told you ever, never in life that you're somebody who I'm sexually attracted to. Never. You never heard that from me. You never gonna get that from me. Not now woman. Not now one woman is gonna get that kind of energy from Midnight. Not one. Like I said, Trick, if you was the last motherfucker on the planet, you wouldn't still get that kind of motherfucking action from me. And that's just real talk. Now I know you hear me saying that because you're right in my room somewhere. So chuck that up. Miss Delusional. Chuck that up. Cause you definitely delusional if you think Midnight wants you. You very much so delusional. If you think that Midnight ever wants you sexually, you got me fucked. Never. Midnight can't stand you. Truth be told, I can't stand your ass. I really can't. And that's just the real. That's the realty for the people that's gonna be hearing this shit right now. That's in my room. Y'all heard me say this several times before. This is not me and that lady first rodeo. Okay? I've said that before. And I'm gonna keep repeating it because it ain't nothing but the truth. I'm not into women. Never have been. And I don't care to put my mouth on no motherfucking woman. That's just real talk. None. As far as that lady go, I can't stand her. I can't stand nothing about her. Anything about her is all out of place. I can't stand nothing about that lady. There's not one thing that I can name you that I actually like about her. Nothing, not one. She's a horrible human being. She's as disgusting as excuse of a mother. She's a poor excuse of a woman. What the fuck would anybody want with her? I mean, really, what would anybody want with her? She's just a free fuck. She's just a flat back. She's just a motherfucker with a twassy that a motherfucker want to hit because, of course, you know, if you a man, long as you got a box, they don't give a fuck what your face look like. They a hit. That lady don't have no morals, no values. She's a poor excuse of a mother. Horrible human being. What can anybody see in that? What do anybody see in that? Huh? I say, what do anybody see in her? Now that's the truth. Let that sink in. On that note, Midnight is finna carry on because that bro delusional, bro. Very. Mm-hmm. You so delusional when you talk like that. Very much so delusional. I can't stand that girl. Do you hear me? She a girl to me. I can't stand that little girl. She act like a little girl, so you can call her a little girl. I can't stand her. Do you hear me? Can't stand her. And like I said, all it needs for me to do is actually put my eyes on her. That's all it takes. I can't stand her though. That's truth be told. So she gonna have to keep on living in that fantasy world she living in, and she feeding herself that narrative because again, that's something she want to happen. That's something that she really wished I felt for her. She really wished I felt that way about her, but just because I don't, she want to really make herself believe that it's something else. Lady, you got to go on about your biz naive because Midnight don't give a fuck about you. I don't like you. I'm definitely not into you sexually. I don't like you as a person. I think, like I said, you're a poor excuse of a mother. You're a hoe to me. You're trifling. You're nasty. Girl, so much I can go on and on. You all of those things to me. You're nasty. You're disgusting. You're scum. You're scum of the bottom of my shoe, scum of the earth, bottom of the barrel. That's what kind of vibes I think of when you come to mind for me. Bottom of the barrel, scum of the earth, fucked up mother, fucked up friend, because you don't know how to be a friend to nobody. You a fake ass bitch. Okay. You all that to me. No man don't want to see you as a wife, or no man don't even want to give you the time of day besides fucking you. That's it. You a quick fix and fuck for a motherfucking nigga. That's all you are. You all of that to me. Nothing more. Trust and believe me, nothing much more than that. I can't stand you. I want you to hear those words coming out of my mouth. I cannot stand you. Okay? On that note, y'all, I'm gone because I've been on live for about over 3 hours. Um, but I mean every word I said, bitch. You a jealous hearted ass hoe. You're jealous hearted of Midnight. That's what it is. You just jealous hearted. You're very much so jealous hearted. And that's just the fact of the matter. You're jealous hearted. You wish you had my life and you wish you was Midnight, but you can't be me, bitch. On that note, y'all all be easy on this good Sunday or Monday, actually. It's actually Monday. No, it's actually Tuesday. It's past 12. It's a whole nother day. So y'all be good on this good Tuesday. You hear me? But bitch, no. Find yourself something else to do. Find yourself something else to do. And like I said, go fix your relationships. Go fix those broken, mended relationships that you cry about. Go fix those instead of worrying about coming over here, placing your laughing emojis on my posts over here, and on my audience comments over here. Go try to fix and mend those broken relationships of yours. Go do that, why don't you? On that note, I'm up out of here. Y'all have a happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, y'all, because it is Tuesday. It's past 12. It's 12:35. Have a happy Tuesday.